charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with her AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, and tracking the charts, midnight glory. Time to read all it's blending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, relentless fight, push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
All right, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hold on. The door is open. Hey guys, what's up? Guys, friends, what's up? Hit that like button. Let's go. FundedNext, huge. No DLL is back permanently. I got that message earlier this week. Man, my lips are sealed. This is great. Plus, Legacy got cheaper. Now, Legacy's got cheaper across the board. Rapids got slightly more expensive. The 50 and 25Ks are 20 bucks more, but the 100K is 20 bucks cheaper. So it's like a balancing act. They're still, when you run the math, they're still, well, slightly more expensive. They're still the best. They're the lowest cost per day of, the lowest days per cost ratio, which is basically like you take the number of days to pass divided by the cost, right? So, or the highest, wait, sorry, I laid that backwards. Like basically for the value of how many days it takes to pass, they're still better than everything else. Still twice as good as the next best thing, even though they're slightly more expensive. I made no trades overnight, perfectly flat. Oh, speaking of perfectly flat, I think I forgot to sign my thing. I think I passed one of my, hold on. I did. Oh, oops. Passed one of my, FundedNext. Sign the damn agreement form. Let's go. So, you know, with FundedNext, as you pass your accounts, you can only have 3 that are funded, right? Or sorry, 300K that are funded. And so if you go over, what happens when you sign your form, right? You build what's called the buffer. I've got a buffer of so many funded accounts just sitting there that if one ever blows up or whatever, one pops up the next day. And there's nothing on their website that tells you your buffer. Like, you don't know how many you have. I've been keeping track manually. I told them they to update that. Like, I'm like, how many accounts do I have? And they're like, oh, well, we're gonna build on the website. So like, you know, if you have like however many you have funded, basically you sign the agreement and it just disappears and it's not listed anymore. And then if you blow up one of your funded, it should technically reappear. But Apex is denying left and right. I'm telling you, man, this is why Apex is going on some campaign and hiring like affiliate managers and campaign managers and stuff to like reach out to people. But I thought that Apex's attitude was like, you know, our business model is fine. Let's work on the PR side and meet with influencers and try to brand the image. People don't buy it anymore. People want to see the changes. Apex could be a good company if they wanted to. It could be a great company if they wanted to. Just listen to a few of our suggestions. So I turned, by the way, guys, letting you guys know, I like turned down whatever offer they had. We're still like in discussion, but I was like, I can't at this time. I'll let you guys know. So I might make you guys happy, but also unhappy because they're not changing much. All right, so today, guys, special deal. Let's see what we got going on here. 90% off ETF. And type a little message here. Okay, so letting you guys know that the new changes, let's go over them really quick. Send me a text here. Let me go get it real quick. All right, so these are the new rules of FundedNext to let you guys know. So legacy model has been basically a massive price drop on legacy, which obviously was like our favorite. You know, like, I mean, this is the one where I'm going for 120,000 to break the record now. The record, I think somebody had 105,000 or something payout. So I'm gonna try to go for 105 in a single payout to be the biggest FundedNext payout, FundedNext futures payout to date. And that's my new goal right now. So what they have is a price drop in legacy. 50K legacy challenge was previously 249, is now 159. So think about it like this, guys. Legacy just got crazy cheaper and has no DLL permanently for all new account spot. No DLL, uncapped payouts, 100% split, no activation fee, no monthly fee. DCA is allowed. End of the day drawdown. It's crazy. And no caps. Like I don't know if they're just trying to like burn money or like what the deal is. Now, again, I must always apply my judgment as well to let you know that I don't know how they're gonna make money being so hyper competitive, but they're working. I feel like they're doing the Costco model, like with the hot dog, you're just losing money to get market share. I get it. But that is a very, they must, I mean, they've been around for a while, so and they're doing the risk model. But remember, you know, the easier and nicer the things are, the riskier it can be. Now, they don't not pay out. Let's talk about this. FundedNext Futures has never had a report I've seen of a single payout denial. The Forex side, well, there's a lot of scammers and schemers around the world and cheaters in the Forex space that they've had to deal with. And of course, cheaters are the ones, as the customer is always wrong, my philosophy. Usually it's the prop firm is usually in the right by banning people who do something stupid. Now there's an exception of like, you know, Apex getting a lot of heat right now by successive payout denials and whatever. You can kind of suspect something because, you know, it's a subjective rule set. FundedNext is not a subjective rule set for future side. It's straightforward. You hit the target, you get the payout. So there's nothing there. There's no problems there. So I'm letting you guys know, do they pay out? Yeah, I've received a shit ton of payouts from them. It's great. 24-hour guarantee. If you don't get paid out within 24 hours, you get a $1,000 bonus. So pretty decent. I trade on stream every day. FundedNext. Love it. I love the fact it's uncapped payouts and no DLL. DLL is my bane of my existence. I hate it so much. So, you know, the fact that it's gone is good. And yeah, so good morning, guys. What's up, all my friends here? We are getting ready to do another fun trading day. Market has been flat. I haven't done any trades. Interesting to see where we go from here. Probably gonna be cautious. You know, I hate flat days, and VIX is above triple B, so you know what that means. Although it has been sort of like inching higher and inching higher and inching higher. Could this be like some big rocket of a day? We don't know, but take it a day at a time. I'm very cautious of the fact that VIX is not decaying as the market is slightly going higher. This is always implication of a short squeeze, not just like, you know, pending doom. It doesn't mean it is a short squeeze, which can exhaust, but usually squeezes have to exhaust on a pop top. So we're waiting for that. Today is Tuesday, so we have the S&P global numbers coming out. PMI, manufacturer PMI, service PMI, deposit, all that stuff. Coming out in an hour, so 30 minutes after market opens. We'll got that going on here. And then really nothing else for the rest of the day. Powell speaking, obviously, but, you know, is it going to say something that's new? Maybe, who knows? But, you know, hinting that we're getting, you know, the dot plot suggesting we get 4 rate cuts in the next year or less is, you know, that's the news we have. So maybe he reiterates that, maybe not. Tomorrow, nothing really big either. New home sales, not going to really, you know, be too much of a mover. Usually is not in this environment. And then Thursday's the big dog. Lots of good stuff coming out. Durable goods, PC, you know, prices, profits, GDP, all that stuff comes out Thursday morning. That's the big news mover this week. Michigan numbers on Friday. You know, they've kind of shrugged off the idea that inflation is a big part of their, you know, dual mandate, and that's what they're focusing on. They now have stated at Jackson Hole, and Powell said that that's not. Inflation's transitory from tariffs, and that we're going to kind of see that sort of fade away. PCE prices are expected to go back 2%. There's PC numbers expected to go out, and core both 2% within 2 years, even if the Fed doesn't act. So they don't seem to be concerned with inflation. Maybe they see something we don't see, but anyways, these are my edges. I'm looking at, I had this open just for the boot camp, but I still have it open now. We're looking for today, hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure bounces, 70% under all conditions bounce, 68% all conditions bounce. Under ideal conditions, this is more like a 90% and 80% bounce on hedge pressure. So we have true edge and market hedge pressure, gamma exposure levels, market makers. We have a method here that we use that nobody else has. We pioneered this whole field, gamma exposure, and there's a million copycats out there now, but we're the OGs. Dealer exposure. So this is what we do. We predict volume using dealer exposure levels, and that's it. A question, important question. Did I have NASDAQ on the left or right yesterday? This is the most important question because I can't remember what I did. You'll have to tell me. Was NASDAQ on the left? All right. Okay, and S&P on the right. All right, make sure I'm consistent. All right, we had a few changes come out on the platform. The drawings have been sort of fixed to be the labels in the right place. And we have a couple more things that we're working on right now. I'll go over that in just a second. I have to draw my levels here. 889, monthly hedge. We're gonna do this one as clone this. It's gonna be 941. I've had a killer month. I've only lost one day this trading month, which has been insane to see. That luck, skill plus luck always equals success. You know, always got to attribute the market to maintaining the course with very few catalysts to shake you up. 6707. Oh, that's way off the charts today. Just put that there for now. You know, good trading days can always be interrupted by, you know, random Trump tweets and stuff. You never know. 6742. And is here. Clean market. Not a lot of crazy stuff. Not a lot of catalysts. It's been nice and clean and bullish. Now remember, keep in mind, VIX is above contango midpoint. VIX is going up. while market is going up. We've discussed this in the VIX Masterclass, understand what that actually means. That's actually known as a short squeeze. So is this an exhaustion top? We don't know. Probably not. But how do you know something's a short squeeze versus, you know, essentially what we call like a nice little bull market is that the market tends to accelerate as it moves. Short squeezes tend to have curvature this way. A nice like bull catalyst or something, or market moves when everybody's buying on an event, tends to move like this. Starts fast, slows out later. And if the event happens at the start of the moment, market moves. I'm sorry, the start of the moment of the event, the market moves and then slows down as the event becomes less impactful. A short squeeze moves like this as one person knocks over 2 and knocks over 4 and knocks over 8, knocks over 16. And then it starts to squeeze a bunch of stops in rapid succession. That squeeze or that gamma chase, it causes people to rapidly long, like sold calls to go in the money, etc., causes that curvature this way. So you can see a lot of these J-shaped moves look like, oops, they look like little fish hooks. Little fish hook here. Fish hooks. Fish hooks. This is all short squeeze. And short squeeze, anytime the market squeezes or surprises anybody when no one else is really acting, causes the VIX to go up when the market does go up. So you see usually VIX go up, market go up at the end of like COVID when the market died and was hitting circuit breakers, like on that little W-shaped move like this where the market did this and recovered. This like maybe 6 or 7 days at the bottom of COVID also had this VIX crept up. So we're almost overdue for like one just correction day before we zap up. Like essentially which moment do we you know, pop that exhaustion off of that short squeeze where it's not really a lot of genuine new buying. We've been seeing the sectors have been kind of sort of weak in general, rotating yesterday. Not a lot of things were up. Everything was mostly down. A lot of stocks are down, but you had Nvidia and a couple other things squeezing the market higher. The index creating some movement. Now, again, I'm not bearish. I don't come in here and say this is the top, maybe time to be bearish. I do come here and say high consolidation is usually bullish for a second run higher. And we will see. So hopefully the VIX tails down. You know me with flat markets. I'm usually going to take it very light, jump in one contract, one account, let it go. See if it runs. The data comes out. If it just sells off, then I hit all my other contracts at the next area, the BLU, hedge pressure, or the liquidity pocket, bulls on bottom, things like that. Right. Yep. You never bought a wrap before? Heard things before? You're a legacy boy? Rapids are really nice. So basically what the rapid are, let me tell you what's going on. So FundedNext now has, let me type in a little marquee here. Give you all that info. So basically what's happening is the 50K legacy is going from 249 to 159, almost a $90 price drop. They similarly have dropped the packages of 25 and 100K. I don't have the exact amounts, but it's the same magnitude. This is the biggest price introduction they've ever introduced, for the most part. Price reduction, something you don't normally see. Daily loss limit. All new legacy challenges will now come with the daily loss limit. The thing they usually have a sale with every once in a while is now a permanent feature. Permanent feature. Forever. What? Okay, so you can get up to a million total accounts. A million in total, so mix and match, whether it's 10, 100,000s or 20, 50,000s, whatever. You can have 700,000 in the eval side active at any given time, and you can have 300,000 funded and I think infinite in your buffer. So buffer meaning once you pass and sign the agreement, it disappears, but it sits there. Yes. So my buffer has a bunch of past accounts just sitting there waiting for if I blow up the other ones. You got 300,000 funded, 700,000 in eval side, so up to 1 million total. That's crazy. All right. Other than that, the rapid challenges, the 25 and 50K went from They got a price raise of 20 bucks each. They're still under 100 bucks for the 25. It's 99 bucks and 149 is the 50K. But still, you're still talking 4 days to pay out. 4 days to pay out at 99 bucks beats the second next best thing, which my funded futures and FundedNext are the undisputed kings of these payout designs. And my funded futures being the cheaper of all of them, the core account at 77 bucks is still 7 days to pay out. So from the start, rapid challenge is 99 for 4 days to pay out. And again, price to payout is a big important thing because you have to understand every day you're in the market there's a chance you blow up the whole thing. So getting there 3 days faster is always value there. So even being, you know, $22 more expensive than the core account with my funded futures, which core account and rapids are by far the best. I call them the value accounts. Nobody else has a value account even close. It means basically quick path to payout and cheap account. And there's still 4 days for 99 versus 7 days to 77. My funded futures slightly cheaper, but you get 3 extra days off the clock. It's huge. 25 years, Daniel said, you use my code for 300K. Cool. Yeah, let me know how you like it. But welcome, friends. Yesterday I told you about my Apex account in review. Today you receive an email, payout denied. Trading hack? Dude, okay. My suspicions with Apex were right. And you guys are honest traders. I've known y'all for years. I mean, this is crazy. And I know y'all wouldn't be like, you know, a lot of people cry on social media when their payout gets denied or whatever, and you never know why. You know, I know you guys aren't cheating the system, so this is legit. You know, y'all, this is where like the customer is right this time. Like you're bummed they raised the 25K rapid, but I know, but think about it, dude. It's still like 99 bucks. I know it was like, listen, can I tell you why they do stuff like this? And I'm going to tell you, like every firm brings out a new product and they do a balancing act because they got to find out where balance is. You guys are just too good at trading. Look, when they have these rules that are so nice and the firm, the props are so cheap and everything like that, they have these rules that are extremely too good to be true or whatever, and you guys are great at trading. You start taking too much money from them, they're going to change their rules. It's just a testament of probably how much y'all been crushing it. So, you know, and you have to say that also whenever they have like the no DLL uncapped payouts, I'm like, how the hell are they going to make money? They're going to go bankrupt. Well, okay, let's think about it for real. Firms don't just go bankrupt. This doesn't happen. The actual reality is people bankrupt the firm. The trader does, and the firm doesn't just go bankrupt on its own. You know, they're profitable until they hit a snag. So my saying is, if anyone's going to bankrupt them, it's going to be me. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be you guys. So let's bankrupt these guys. That's it. What rule change? Just for FundedNext, the DLL, the legacy account has DLL removed. They are now the most, they are now the best prop accounts, ranked #1 on the list. They just have surpassed my Funded Futures Pro account as my #1 prop account, period. They beat Top Step, they beat everybody. No DLL, uncapped payouts, 7 days of payout from the start. This is, nobody has that. Nobody has uncapped payouts and no DLL. The combination doesn't exist anywhere and is the gold mine combination for Grand Slam payouts, like 100Ks and $1 million payouts. You can't scale with DLL. DLL limits how fast you can grow. So with no DLL, remember like on Friday I had a $10,000 gain in one account. I could take $5,000 drawdown to get a $10,000 gain. You can freaking martingale if you wanted to. With no DLL, you have your entire buffer as your loss limit. So FundedNext, yeah. So anyways, back to what you guys are saying. Sorry to hear about your Apex stuff, bro. This really sucks. I would say that, you know, I've been shopping around for a replacement for, you know, that part up there, you know, where the name is up there. Never really had a relationship with them. Recently, they worked out with some new, and they reached out with some new employees like, hey, you know, you're one of the biggest influencers out there. You know, one of our most used codes, yada, yada. We're reaching out just to say hi. I'm like, oh, years later, nice to meet y'all, you know. And they're like, you know, we really are doing initiatives to try to get our affiliates more involved. And I was like, look, let's talk turkey. Here you guys are dying payouts, subjective payout rules. Let's talk about that. Can you guys promise people rigid payout structure, no subjective payouts? And their attitude was like, well, you know, we're like the biggest firm in the world. And I'm just like, you know, you're talking to, you're selling me like I'm some affiliate that wants to make $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like listen, you're not selling me. I'm gonna sell you. And here's what you're gonna do. If you guys want me to talk, so I get 25,000 people watch me a day. I've got 100,000 people come through my customer base. I got over 10,000 active subscribers on my platform. One of the biggest voices in futures. And if I tell people your firm sucks, they won't use you, and you'll see it. You'll notice the dent. So let's talk turkey. And they're like, okay, what do you got? And I told them, I said, you know, my guys complain that you guys deny payouts subjectively. What's up with that? They're like, well, you know, we have rigid rules, and it's because mostly traders don't understand the rules, and they're written like 5 different places, but we're going to like consolidate our website, make it easier to follow. I was like, well, I mean, can you just, you know, make a guarantee to me here that, you know, you're going to change your payout rules? They're like, well, you have no changes planned right now, but, you know, communication's important, yada, yada. So, you know, we are one of the biggest firms in the world. We wouldn't be one of the biggest firms in the world if we were doing things wrong and we were denying payouts. And I'm like, bro, trying to sell me. So the meeting was a red flag to me, meaning that they didn't sense that there was an issue. And you guys, honest people I know, getting denied payouts. I don't know if they're, you know, I'm not going to go as far as saying they're scamming people, but their rules are subjective. And that is never good when you're trying to play a game. The rules change on you. It's not really conducive. So, you know, avoid at this point. TPT, amazing. Every firm on my list at the top, I have personally vetted. They're all amazing. So Apex is like the one that you guys like, and I'm kind of like, that's the only one up there that I don't really have like a good taste about. But sorry to hear that. Does BBB adjust during the month? No. Is it carry decay as a future versus spot? It doesn't. So that's a great question. The triple V, or the contingent point, is not anything to do with the futures versus the spot. But that would be something to look at for any adjustment to, you know, this type of technique that analyzes VIX further. It's not really at all. What you are looking for is essentially the difference in the futures prices. So how much futures have adjusted anticipation of future volatility. So it's futures closing month and futures front month at moment of rollover. So essentially you're just looking at that solid spot. What we noticed years ago was that area is just a liquid spot for VIX trading. For whatever reason it is, the spot price is expected to be between the closing price at settlement of the current contract, that is technically the spot price, and then the new contract with some contango in it is pricing in a month additional volatility. The midpoint of that expectation is always a liquid spot. So it doesn't move, but that's a great thought to think about. Could we adjust for something down the road? You know, I've always wanted to have some more complex VIX tools. And as we start to grow and understanding what we're doing, it'd be kind of cool to have something like that down the road, but yeah. right, guys, you're getting ready to roll. All right, guys. Flat market open, no gap up, no gap down, nothing, sitting right in the middle, smacked at everything. morning, guys. Get ready to go. Don't forget to hit the like button. Get 500 likes to run our giveaway in a little bit. Like right as soon as we get there too. So y'all smash it pretty quick. While we're chilling here. I know the drill here.
Hit the like button. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button. 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 Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Like. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. The like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button.
That like button, guys.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. What's up, Tradey? What's up, man? How you doing? Good morning. What's up, guys? Trader Ken, what's up? Helpful Magic Science. We got 15 minutes are open. No opening trade for you. Is it 15, right?
Hit the like button.
15 or 30? Ding, 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 ding. It is 15 minutes. You guys are right. 15 minutes. Yep. The song sounds like Tracy Morgan. Yep. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get ready to roll. We are getting ready to do some trading. Front center, ready to go. I'm excited. Do. All right. Let's preload for opening move here. Do I take the opening move up, opening move down? Monthly hedge is pretty far away. We did have a big squeeze going into yesterday. It's very possible that we have a dip to there and go. The opening trade might not necessarily be the best trade to take. Say in a flat open, I might just sort of like take a guess that the bull side will keep going. Just to start us out, I might just go flat market. VIX can be pretty high for move. 25,000 is support. Let me hit it a little hard with just 2 accounts, 2 contracts. See where that takes me. We'll just, play the field a little bit, buy a glass of wine, whisper sweet nothings to its ear, see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if it dumps, it's totally fine. So I'm just gonna spread my risk out. I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is long at the open, hopefully positive res, get a bump up that breaks highs, at least for Nasdaq. That's about at least 20 points to tap highs. We have kind of double top this high area. And if it does just dump, we've got 889 to play with. This will be down 1,000 something bucks across 2 accounts. And I got all the rest of my accounts just to dive into any bull setup we have. This market's not going to crash today. Likely or not likely to crash. Really strong. It is likely to correct at some point. I don't know if today's the day, but it feels like it's going, not like correct in general, but correct for like a single day. This usually implies something. Now, whether we get like one more update and this tests here and then goes, it tells me sometime over the next week, we got a big red candle coming out somewhere. So just keep your sort of like, keep your whatever, your ears to the ground on like what's going on with all that. Hit the like button. No trades overnight either. Just sat flat, did nothing. How much that market goes crazy when he's on the mic? Oh yeah, it'll be crazy. How long does it take TPT activate to find an account? Usually should be like within a day. I think with TPT, this is what I remember people saying. So right now, just at 25,000, just grabbing that support just in case we open with the strong open, get a bump. If I get 20 or 30 points to test highs, I'll just probably scalp out, wait for liquidity pocket just to get. Just that way there's not like a quick move. If there's a big rally off of this, then that's okay. Sorry, a big dump off of this, that's okay. I'm just kind of taking it small with a couple of accounts. These are expected to be like my Tesla water. I don't expect these to be big, fat, and green unless the market just opens and continues to go. I'm not sure we get that, but I'm sort of taking my bet at 25,000, being very close to where I'm expecting bull zone bottoms to be, like right in the area. So we'll see what the pockets come out to be. If they're really far and much lower, then this just takes a dive and I can close out with like $1,000 in the hole or something. Not that big of a deal. It will be fine. Where'd the music go? All right, y'all. Market opening in 2 minutes. Like very rarely am I gonna like take a lot of risk at the open. This is just keeping it light. Couple of accounts. Now, if those accounts lose 2 or 3 grand or whatever total between the 2 of them, no worry. Wherever my bull pivot is, I'm gonna jump in long. I usually take all my opening days like this 1A, 1B combo. BLU 1A is the small setup with positive res on the open. We're gonna wait for this white line to come out and be greater than 0. Simple as that. And then if it dips, it dips. No big deal. Currently, for the year, I just checked my dashboard. I'm running a 74.11% win rate for the year, which is incredible. It is now September. Again, 75% win rates. People can say what they want about anybody out there, but you can watch me trade and watch what I do. And everybody's like, this guy always has green trades. Is he fucking scamming? No, look, that's it. That's for the year. That's literally from my Tradeify dashboard. I've been babysitting these accounts for almost a year. Can't get any flatter at this open. Watch res is good. Res is decent. I don't hate it. All right, let's get ready to roll whenever we get any kind of opening maps. Like I said, this is just a bet in case we move at the open. Resilience is sort of meh, but we'll see if it stabilizes. It's dancing around as the stocks are opening. Looking pretty solid there. Come on. Come on. Come on, liquidity maps, pop up. Let's go, UVXY and LP. How come you get UVXY so quick? That's the one thing I don't know about. Can't believe that comes in first. All right, so with shoot, Nasdaq is here. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so this is a pretty simple day today. Basically, I can take a small trade from here to DD, or I can basically wait for the 941 level. That's about a 50-point dip. LP here, LP here. And what I'm probably gonna do is reses are 50 and 40, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. All right, so we get ready. Yep, this is gonna be pretty straightforward day today. Let me trim this down to 1, and I'm just gonna basically hit it right at pocket. This is good. This is really good, actually. Ooh, bum, 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 bum. Oh, how great. All right, guys, so this is gonna be a really easy day today. Res is negative, and as soon as we get there, I'm probably gonna close out. Let's just close that out. Better safe than sorry. We're gonna wait for the dip. All right, so that opening move was kind of blah. We're gonna wait for that. It is sort of dancing and flat. So anything that's not strong, like not, 30, 50, I'm a little concerned with. Nasdaq is sort of blah on the fence. We're kind of flip-flopping in between support and resistance today, so let's chill on this. The opening move, not really that enticing, but here to there, here to there. If I dip, this is A+, A+. These are both really good, 90% setup. DD ratio 0.78. A+, A+. This is good, this is good, this is B. Fuck the B's, who cares? Also, a new update has come up. When you click this, liquidity map should pop up. Now, when you click anywhere inside this field, your liquidity maps diagram is back. That's an update we just did, which is kind of nice. Negative res does put this as resistance. Positive puts as support. Flat days, not the biggest fan of, so we're gonna let this sort of like play out and fall. No big deal there. Do 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. All right, S&P looking solid, Nasdaq looking somewhat kind of blah. I'm gonna wait on this, at least in the open. The choice is, do I gamble from here to DD band, or do I just wait for the dip? And the dip would be probably the optimal trade to take. When you see these ratios, at least like 30 or 40, something bigger. Something at 6 is just too flat to not be choppy. So we're gonna kind of chill on this. We're gonna let it go all the way down here to pockets. I'm gonna take those. That was a smart judgment call. All right, waiting. Oh boy, that's double zone bottom, baby. Give me them A pluses, baby. Come on, let's get that dip. How much is dynamic improve? Right, well, you have two confluences at the same spot, right? Should be very good. That was a great judgment call to pull out. I'm looking for the 97, 946 entry today. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Get ready to go. So today I'm trading NASDAQ and S&P futures. Looking for the move up. If you guys didn't hear the announcement, FundedNext now has no DLL permanently on all their legacy accounts. Remember, they'd have the sale every once in a while? Uncapped payouts and no DLL. Just letting you guys know that's now a permanent feature. We asked them to, can you guys make this permanent? This is our favorite thing. And they're like, yeah, we'll think about it. It's kind of risky. And then they finally did it. So, which I love. Come on, baby. Hit that. Hit that old bull zone bottom. Let's go. We're gonna wait. We're gonna be patient. I can play the song. Let me get the headband ready because I'm about to be headbanging. Oh, this is great. This is some textbook stuff, you guys. All right, I got it ready right here. Just in case we dip. No trades overnight. Nothing yet. Just got into an initial long and I closed out. Just because I got that sort of negative res hint that it's gonna dip. Not really sell off or crash today, but at best sort of dip and maybe possibly undershoot to 948, 946 area. And I'm looking for that to at least take a scalp from here. Could be 60 points if we get it. S&P is starting to move higher. NASDAQ starting to move lower. Index divergence light should be on at red. So that shows you there's a little bit of sector rotation. We've got news coming out in 6 minutes. Not game-changing news, but news nonetheless. I would say that be worth waiting for something to come out of that one. Today's news is going to be the PMI numbers. Not really a big mover, but in the state of VIX being elevated, we're above contango midpoint. VIX is still going higher, indicating we are in a short squeeze propagation. Committed traders still indicate liquid market, which is fine, but the current move has been mostly short squeeze, which can be an exhaustion top that can create some kind of little bit of downside. So today, I fully expect today's sort of move to be a little exaggerated, not necessarily reflective of the state of the overall market, but I think that this is what we're going to get. That's the move I'm looking for. I'm not jumping in on this just yet with negative res. That tells me to be sort of cautious here. That does point these open and close as resistance. As you see, this is resistance now. If resilience does go positive, I will jump in on the longs here. Other than that, I'm waiting for bull zone support, liquidity pocket. If you look on the map, this is this trade right here, trade number 1. And I hit it pretty hard when my confluence is there, which it's there. So this is good. I'm going to hit it with probably like half of my accounts or something, you know, at least, and catch the top of the pocket with the next half. Russell's pretty strong today. Yeah, usually you're going to see a lot of rotation between the sectors and the indices as well. Russell being hotter today. Is this true again? Tell me this is updating, because this is exactly what we saw yesterday. Everything down and tech up, utilities up. Okay, let's see what we got with some stocks. Let's look at the big tech dogs here. Nvidia dumping. Nvidia's got hedge pressure support. So yeah, we've got pretty quick support areas over here, which is good. Amazon, Microsoft. Okay, here we go. We're close. Let's the bull zone. Let's go. Get right on it. Oops. One more flush. Okay, let's go for the undershoot. All right, let's grab it. What is this one right here? Hold on. Here, and then I'm going to add some more down in here. This is going to be I have some here and some more there. What am I trying to do here? Get a different color here to draw on here. All right, at least here. Now the thing is that negative rest. The best I can hope for is that. But in reality, what I want to do is do medium trade here, normal trade here, trade it at least, I don't know, for a bounce. Maybe if we do go and rally off of that. If not, here's a support. Here's another support. This is like the ideal trade. This is like 90% setup. This is my favorite. I'm 90% up with MHP sitting nearby. If we tap this, I'm pretty much all in on all the accounts. So medium, at least for now, just at least to get my 40 points off of that. That's the perfect little setup there. Bum, 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 bum. So let's take a look at that. A little bit of a movement here. Just have this guy like that. A little measuring tool. Good intuition, wait for that now. The question is, do we get a pop or do we get one or this is just the day where the market just decides it wants to die out? We shall see. Just measure where I use this as a measuring tool just to see the distance. Labels right. Guys, do me a favor and smash the like button, friends. We are running. Ooh, we have 1,000 members today. So guess what? I'm gonna give you guys Tradeify straight to funded giveaway today. How about that? Does that sound good? I think that sounds good to me. All right, let's go chat. Okay, do I get bull zone bottom? This is gamma exposure level. Bull zone support is a really solid support. I use this. This is trade number 1. Normal with the bull bear bias ratio being greater than half. Currently it is 72, which isn't too bad. Stocks are somewhat hitting supports, but again, it could still fall down to here. This is going to be basically the point of no return. If the market breaks this, it's a crash below here. 24,889. Monthly hedge pressure, this monthly gamma exposure level, dealers for monthly options. This should all support. It's expected to stay here. Expected. This should be all right. Watch, y'all want to see magic happen? Y'all want to see magic? Oh, I'm sorry. Look, let me put this, hold on, my bad. I forgot to do the lucky headband. And the song. Now watch the market tank, just to spite me. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get our good luck song going here. Bull zone tends to hold 90% of the time, same side close as open. If we open in bull zone, we close in bull zone 90% of the time. You can see it's trying to bounce. It doesn't mean that the market 100% reverses, but as you see, we have isolated the liquidity. We have found the volume. And so this is where I normally long from. 945 was the tap. And now fingers are crossed. Lucky headband is on. Let's see if we get the move here. It'd be highly unusual for the market to capsize below 889. Nasdaq is kind of that breaking point right there. But risk management, right? Keep it light, keep it small. Spread out some of my risk. I tried a long, closed out, tried a long again. Let's get that song going. Normally, this kind of trade setup is a really strong pivot. If it does lose this, then it falls to there, and I will add to the position there. Trade it like that every time. The song's out every single time just to celebrate. Guys, it's your first time here in the stream, hit the like button. I trade front and center, fully transparent. No question about what I do. I've been trading on YouTube for 10 years. Real money trading. I run a very large trading platform right now. One of the fastest growing platforms in the space. We have arranged with all the prop firms because you guys love to trade props, and now we have one of the biggest YouTube streams on the planet for live trading. See everything I do front and center. I show you guys my entries, X's, explain them away. You can see, no question. Post daily P&L, monthly P&L, let you guys know how much I'm doing. Just curious if my yearly win rate, I just took a screenshot from my Tradeify accounts I've been babysitting all year. I'm about 74% win rate. One of the few traders you'll ever see that has genuine edge in the market. If I isolated dealer options from the mix, we have an entire platform built around that technology. We're a team of mathematicians that started a trading platform. In the midst of guru noise and crap out there, you guys are sort of excited or happy to have a little bit of IQ power behind some tools. You guys on our team are very smart. Bunch of math nerds. Now again, nobody can predict the direction of the market, but I can predict liquidity there, and I do take my bet there. It'd be nice if this held and this rallied, but we don't know. Expected to hold here. It is sort of getting a little bit of weird selling pressure though at this area, which is not usual for a good bounce support. Maybe a little nervous here. One contract though, keep it light. Now, if it does fail, this is very odd to fail this. I get a second entry down here where the N is. So I'm going to label my entries here 1. As you see, I waited for the right spot to enter. Perfect entry efficiency is great. Whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't matter because I'm right or wrong from the right place, which is okay. Trade number 1 here. Actually, trade 1A. The way that it works is 1A means it's my first entry. 1B is my second entry. It's about 40 points lower. Not that big of a deal. 800 points to drawdown per $100 per drawdown per contract. Not big of a deal. These top wicks are brutal. I agree. Smile, frowny face to go with it. All right. Okay, wait, hold on. We have to play the Market Don't Die Today song, though. That's what we want to see. Get that. Yeah, these top wicks are pretty brutal from here. Let's double check that we don't have some stock support. Tesla has a support. It's good. Amazon absolutely dumping through MH3. So Amazon is crucial crash state right now. Microsoft also head pressure break. Meta also monthly head pressure break. So things are in a really weird spot right now. At least the big tech is. Oops. Which is not good for the bull case, at least for today. This could be a selling event. But I still take the bull side bet every time. Statistically, it works. So 90% chance, you guys want to know the backtest of our stuff. A 90% probability that we stay above 941. 90% chance. When the confluence, when this number is greater than half, it's a 90% chance we close above here by end of the day. It doesn't mean it rallies from there right now, but it does mean if we are down in here, these are also really high probability pivots. Here and here, I long it back to get back in the bull's end. It's pretty much textbook trade. My favorite trade setup. Highly probable, 90% chance. Pretty good. We don't break 24,900 today unless the market's crashing. Yeah. Lucky headband. It's a tradition here. I wear it anytime I get into an EST trade. EST means I take it every single time. Anything that works 90%, take it every single time. No reason not to. That's how I like to think about it. Where's the TP at? It's going to depend whenever we get to these white lines. I'm going to analyze this white line down here. If this white line is less than 0, then I take profit right at the open. So I V it up and close. If that white line is above 0, I close to a runner and hold for a breakout. Breakout target today would be 204, which is all-day trade, which I might decide to hold a runner in a couple accounts. Woo! Man, I make this look like a science, don't I? It's like I have a genuine edge out there. All these Firu core sellers talking shit, dude. We are the OGs, VM exposure world. We've made a name for ourselves before these COVID era Twitter influencers decide to sell you guys trading courses. Look at that, exactly to the point. Whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't matter. I'm right or wrong from the right place, which is all that's important. My efficiency is pretty high, which means if I lose, then I lose small. Anytime you enter from the right place, you call it being right or wrong from the right place. Like I picked the right pivot. If you're wrong from the right place, you're always wrong small. It's one of the greatest sayings in trading. If the market dives through here and I take a loss, I'm wrong small. I didn't long here or here. I longed here. So while it's figuring itself out, I'm still green. Entry efficiency is key to being a profitable trader. You get a slight edge on your position. Look, I'm not upside down. Position small. I can make my decision while the market is, while people are getting in here and thinking it's going to rally. I can just say I'm pretty much flat right here. I can say, well, I don't like it. Let me close out. Watch. As an example, if I don't like it, I can close out. Not that big of a deal. And look, practically flat. If it runs, then I get the move. So the idea is I'm not chasing greens and getting it inefficiently. I'm longing from 945 for a reason. And my entry is pretty darn close to that. And we'll see. All right. Speaking of that, I can say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't like it close out, but I still kind of like it. So we'll see what happens here. Now, I've been trying to see if there's any stocks that have like a bottom anywhere soon that I can kind of sort of find and see if there's any kind of like big techs that can pivot. But all the big tech looks pretty gnarly today. Not the best. I try to look for pivots on anything that's like market moving. Some of like the top 7. NVIDIA does have pivoting action right here at 180, so NVIDIA does have some support exactly right here. Trade number 3. Wait a minute. That is the wrong map. Oh, no. That's right. BLU. So NVIDIA does have a support off of this blue line right here. So NVIDIA could possibly bounce and provide some bounce pressure over here to the NASDAQ. See, this top looking looks weird. This looks a little weird. I'm still going to try to hold on to it from here, but I can easily just close out and say, yeah, I'm done with it, right? Are these songs public for anybody to listen to? That's correct. Getting a little bit of willies to, to this particular setup. And starting to build a failure case right now. I'm still going to hang on to it. Keep the position light. But if it does fall from here, this is a stronger pivot. We've got 2 confluences together. MHP is a 90%, bears on bottoms a 90%. We have 90s on both of those. Ideal setups for it. So if it dips to there, then that's a better spot to basically get in from. Even now I can decide, like, do I still like this or not? And look, I haven't lost anything. I'm still chilling on this. I can say, you know what? I can choose to get out, but this one I'm not going to. This one I'm going to hold for the full amount of drawdown to here, and I'm going to add to it at the bottom. So what I do is I attack both of the pivots together, and I treat it like one trade, 1A, 1B. And maybe I'm wrong, but it's always from the right place, you know? Am I short? No. I'm buying bull zone top and bear zone, bull zone bottom, bear zone top. That's such a good song, right? And then this one, so basically 900 is the next entry point. So what I do is I took a stab there, closed out, take a stab here, and I'm going to add to it there. It's going to be the rarest of things for us to break through this orange line right here. Extremely rare. Crash would be rare, but we will crash if we actually break through 889, cause a gamma squeeze. That's extremely rare. So that would be a crash point from below here. I'm expected to hold right here. As you see, I'm just holding through it. The market's extremely liquid. This is called a liquidity pocket. You're going to see, while you are seeing some top wicks here, you're going to see some bottom wicks here all throughout the pocket for sure. Even if it flushes very quickly, that's okay. Now, the volatility is still high enough that can actually warrant a quick move through there, which is totally fine. I keep my contract size limited to 1 just so that way I can sustain any sort of like drawdown or buffering. Should be all right. I love that song, don't y'all? All right. Let me put one more. Where are my manners today? So when I put an X on my screen, guys, an X is where I stop. So 1A and 1B are treated like 2 trades together. On the diagram, it's this one and this one combined. The bottom of the dark gray, top of the light gray. Like I said, that's why I keep my position small and absorb the hit. There's plenty of buffer in this account. The Bagholders Anonymous song? Okay, we can do that. Okay, like I said, I'm just holding through it just to see, you know, this is setup. Sorry, my bad, guys. I know you guys were expecting this. All of our lucky charms are going on here. We got the whoosh fan on here. Mystical, magical whoosh fan. All right. So as you see, it's starting to build up a failure case here. So my choice could be I can just go ahead and close out, or just hold through it and keep my position small enough that I can actually hold through any kind of second dip, so I can add to my position to bear zone top, which is normally what I do. 1A and 1B is a planned second entry on the same trade. This is all considered one trade. VIX is elevated above contiguous midpoint, so it can have that big giant V-shaped flush. That would be great because it makes my profit bigger at the end of the day. I keep it trade one just in case a runner takes off, but then I hit it with two more when we hit the bear zone top. It's very unlikely to crash. This is 1%, 10% of 10% because two strong pivots in this area. About a 1% chance that we crash out today, statistically speaking. Without any news, it's likely not to happen. So that's where my bet is today. Turn to go. So we love it. Love the whoosh fan song, don't we? All right. Here's another drill. The final lucky song. Got the whoosh fan, got the bandana, we got the song going. Fibonacci spirals. I like how he says Fibonacci. I'd love for the drop to 890. Oh, 100%, dude. Like, I'm like fingers crossed for that one. I'm still hanging on. Honestly, though, I think in the songwriting contest, this is a top 3-er. This song just brings out emotion. Like, it's just such an epic 80s sort of like, you know, everything in the 80s was like feel good and overly emotional and stuff. Like epic sort of. There's like a montage of scenes of people doing something, you know? Market hang in, trying to hold the bull zone. So today with, so the confluence now, this is a gap fill predictor, this white line less than 0, then this is resistance right there. Again, keeping it flat, or sorry, keeping it small so that I'm still kind of flat-ish at the bounce point. It's a little gnarly there. Let me double check. Nvidia has a bounce point there, which is good. We need to see some stocks finding some support. Google's, all right. So Google and Nvidia at least. Check VIX here. VIX is contained below MHP, so this would be a very, very, very small probability that VIX accelerates through here. If we break through this, then the market certainly can crash. So be careful that we don't have a volatility event today. Hedge pressure breaks and monthly hedge breaks on VIX would turn these lights red. So far everything's green and cool, stable and liquid. But this will be bad. So you guys keep an eye out on 11 UVXY. It's a little hint there. Microsoft good, Google good, Nvidia good, at least for now. Tesla also good. Okay. It's trying to hold, but these the algo's pricing the Nasdaq lower because a lot of stuff's starting to move. S&P's in a better spot, but I don't think we're getting the goods today. Everything's greenish, which is good. Tech is sort of the nosedive today, but with Google and Meta and Nvidia at a bounce point, which is pretty, I mean, sorry, not Meta, Google and Tesla, Microsoft and Nvidia are all at hedge pressure bounce points. This is solidifying. This is being an okay entry. All right, I feel comfortable again. Let me add to it in a couple places. Let me find something good. Let me grab some more of this one. All right, I'm going to take the bet. Let's tap it a little harder. Not this one. All right. Hang on to the bull zone. I kind of want to hear that song again, though. That song is so great. Do you guys like that one? The song makes me happy. Tap it harder. Whoosh it a little harder, guys. Oh, let me see what this one is. Today's gonna be easy day, as Matt has said. I would just be so sad if the market just didn't give us a move today. It's perfect setup. As you see, it's doing okay, but a little bit of selling here. Normally doesn't fight this long and hold, so. Play a little bit of pressure from basically a bull zone is actually where you have traders that are longing the underlying asset against dealers, and dealers have to short it and buy some kind of hedge, like a call or something to hedge. Our software looks for hedging loops where we find dealer call chains, hedged through other instruments. Essentially, like, here's an example. I long QQQ, dealer shorts QQQ, buys QQQ options, another dealer sells QQQ options, buys and sells the underlying to hedge. It completes the loop. Algorithm filters out those loops from the real-time options order flow. We get the real-time opera data feed. We have a huge array of server computers punching options data all day long. It's a very complex piece of software we have. None of the calculations are done in the software. It's all done on the server. A browser couldn't at all calculate that at all. Capacity for a browser to do those calculations would be insane. This would be so sluggish and laggy. So we built a whole infrastructure to do that. We stream all the data to the platform. Most sophisticated piece of machinery probably in retail side of Wall Street. Since we created a method to distribute indicators in real time from a server. Everything you see on the platform is actually streamed to the server, by the way. It's streamed from the server, by the way. It's kind of cool. We actually invented or patenting the process. Most your indicators are calculated inside your browser. TradingView and Thinkorswim calculated in the software. So it makes what we do is slightly different than what most people do. Bruh, it's price action. I know. Wait. So what did you guys want to hear? The golden buzzer from yesterday? I know what you want to hear. Hold on. We got all of our lucky songs being played right now. I know what you want to hear. Hold on. Where the heck did it go? Oh, wait, did I forget to... Hold on. Oh, I forgot to post it in here. Whoops. How did this forget to get... Hold on. I didn't... Oh, no, I didn't. All right.
Hi, my name is Dave.
I know what you guys want to hear.
The dip again. I thought it was the
Long.
another wick.
But it was just another wick.
Saw it on the 5-minute, heart skipped a beat. Formed a little hammer, looked kinda neat. No confirmation, no real bias, but I hit long.
Hold on, let me see if I have something real quick.
Was thin, tape was slow, but something inside said, bro, just go. 20 handles later, it dumped on me. Should have waited for the MHP. Welcome to Knife Catchers Anonymous. We buy the blood and pray it's bottomish. You win, I'm in, you short. Too late. All counts, account liquidated. FOMO strong, my hands are weak. Been wrecked on.
This price action is really just gnarly, man. It doesn't normally hold up here for so long, and all attempts to move have stopped, but Stocks are all right. It could be better. Let me keep an eye out, actually. We know that Nasdaq is the NVIDIA chart, so let's keep NVIDIA front and center just to keep an eye on it. Resilience just got a bump up. Monthly and weeklies are good too. You need this therapist, LOL. Trump is speaking, by the way. Market could use an event today. Let's kind of keep our news front and center while Trump is talking. That's the problem with Trump talking. Your trade becomes a coin flip. So whether I win or lose today, it's gonna be luck. I mean, I have the bull side on my side, but you know, luck or unluck that Trump just dumps it out with a comment. I don't think he really can say much that we don't already know. So whatever he says that creates a move, I think is an opportunity. I don't think he's changing anything. You know, big tariffs staying the same. Nothing's crazy. He might say something about Russia. I don't know. Who knows what he's going to say? This is at the UN General Assembly. So it's going to be like global geopolitics and stuff. There's a lot of you might be your first time in the stream and you're like, holy shit, that song is my favorite thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to hear it again. I'm reading some of your minds. You're welcome. I'll give it to you again.
My name is Dave. And
this is if you were to write like a rock opera musical about traders, like a comedy Wall Street musical, I swear to God, my next thing that I'll do in life, I should probably write like a Wall Street themed comedy rock opera. And literally this song will be the closing finale song. After all these fucking coke doing, you know, hooker paying degens leave the strip club like in the middle of the night, wiping cocaine off their nose. And it's like 4 a.m. in the morning and they're just like dancing in the streets, like with their suits all frazzled and stuff. Bro's out of money because he blew it on hookers. And they're singing this in the alleyway. Come on, this would be a great, you know what I'm saying? And Dave is apparently the lead character, whoever wrote the song. And like, they're like standing on top of the taxi cabs like, and they're like doing like fucking theatrical dance and shit. You see the vision, right? But the thing is, like, in like two of the guys are holding their buddy up, and he's like vomiting in the corner right there by the dumpster. You know, like, you know, cameras panning. You got bums like shooting heroin up in the alleyway and stuff. Completely like dark alleyways in the bars and, you know, downtown Manhattan. Like, so it's like supposed to be like real magical, but it's really like just highlighting the degenerate nature of like city life at nighttime. A bunch of Wall Street degens. The Wolf on Broadway. Yeah, dude, this would be great. We need a train break. Sounds like a Tuesday in Baltimore. Sounds like every day in San Francisco, you know what I mean? Houston ain't that bad, but if you guys are trying to escape your city and go somewhere where you don't really see a lot of that, Houston's pretty mellow. Get some AI video with that script. Like, listen, if anybody makes me like a final AI video, like Broadway style, like I said, imagine the vision, right?
I'm Dave.
You've got like a row of bars. Like, here's the bars, right? And then you've got, you know, cars parked on the side, and you've got like dudes just like piling out of the bar, and they're on top of the cars. Like, the cars are here, and there's like people standing on each car just dancing at the number. There's like a whole crowd of people in the middle of the street dancing. There's cars behind them honking their horns like, get out of the fucking way, you know? And then, you know, there's an alleyway over here where like the friend's puking by the dumpster. You know, there's some ladies of the night that's like, hey, sugar, want a good time? And they're just like singing about how they blew up their accounts, you know? Or maybe not even the finale, maybe like the intermission song. That's always the one that like the height of all the drama, right? And then they wake up and go to work the next day. They're like, bro, last night was wild. Yeah, man. What do we do? Well, shit, we blew up our accounts yesterday. And then they have to figure out a way, like, get the money back for their boss finds out or something. I don't know. Or maybe they're trying to do like a Wall Street scam. Who knows? But I'm telling you guys, my next foray, my next, $1 million, idea. Try a musical. You've already envisioned the whole scene. You can see it, right? They have a bunch of like 20-something dudes just like, one of the guys has his tie on his head like this off to the side because he's just so wasted while he's singing. Yeah. All right. So I don't, like I said, the idea that we're hovering at this area and not picking up momentum does have me a little worried about this. Every time it tries to move, it does pull back. Not the biggest fan of this, but liquidity is always something I stay long at. Again, we're keeping some of the stocks in our purview here so we don't forget. Oops. Microsoft. Okay, Nvidia. Okay. Tesla. Losing hedge pressure. Google losing hedge pressure. All right. It started getting excited every time we saw some green, but it's not moving. And again, keeping it small, wrong from the right place. Doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. We've done all of our Broadway scenes. I've got up and danced. I've done everything. What else do you want from us, market? Would you like a rain dance? Can you play the whoosh fan blowing up? Oh, yeah. So that is the next song in the actual contest today. So Keith, bro, where you at? We need you here, man, more than ever. Where's my boy? There you go, Keith. Keith, say your prayers for us today, man. We need you. We need Keith now more than ever. What's up, man? I'm not really sweating it even if it does fall. Bears on top would be a great trade also. All right, Keith, we got you, man. Bum, 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 bum. Everybody's waiting on Jay Powell. I would say that's probably going to be the mover today. But then again, Powell will just reiterate the same part of their dual mandate that they're working on fixing the labor market and they're going to cut rates. The dot plot already, they're not going to have any changes from Wednesday till now. Dot plot already suggests a more aggressive rate cut schedule. Reading 2 rate cuts this year of 25 basis points and 2 more next year, possibly 3, depending on how sentiment shifts. The votes are kind of tied, and the average is 2, but the extreme case is 3. A lot of people think that we go all the way down to 3%. So that's 5 rate cuts total from 4.25 to 4.5, all the way down to 3 to 3.25. So, we just move this over here so y'all can actually see my trade plan off to the right. And we move the whoosh fan out of the way and put it lower. So a lot of the things we're doing, like singing, dancing, having fun, it's just goofy stuff we've always done on the stream, traditions. We're very meticulous about our trading here, but we have just funny superstitions. If it's your first time on the stream, we just have fun with it. One time, a long time ago, I was explaining hedge pressure is a gentle breeze that sort of just applies movement to the market. And I explained it like a fan that's just constantly blowing air. Like the market's like a ping pong ball and you see how prices are falling, and it's sort of just like finding some kind of mysterious support at this 941 level, right? The algorithm highlights bull zone support as it says it's support. And as you see, the market fell right to it. And it's making that guess. And I drew a fan on the screen and I go, it kind of just has like a little gentle whoosh that's always just like playing a little bit of essentially what it is, it's hedge pressure. What it is, it's the net flux of order flow due to the balancing of act of these options held by market makers. You know, if you've sold 10,000 calls and the 10,000 calls go in the money, you have to buy a million shares or acquire a million shares in case you get exercised on. American options can be exercised at any time. So dealers will delta hedge in real time. And so the whoosh is actually a flow of delta hedging, which is just high volume influx of long orders greater than short orders. So we're looking for that. And so I drew like, hey, what's up? I drew a fan and wrote the word whoosh one time. The market took off, and now it's required that I draw a whoosh fan at every support. And people wrote songs about it. Oh, hey, people's wives are here. This shirt is awesome. Who's that sexy man? There you go. Hey.
I should have made you wear my pants on my birthday.
Hey. Why are you such a bad? Hey. Hey. All right, he wants to get down.
We're about to.
He's already getting bad, man.
Yeah. Hey. No. Do you know why? You're not supposed to touch it.
Yeah, I don't want to touch my face.
Inside the house.
There you go. Sit. Sit. Go. Hey, sit.
One more trade, the stakes are steep.
Hey, Trevor. Hey. Hey, bud. Come here. Ready? Sit. 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 Good boy. Hey, thanks for breakfast. What is this? Ooh, a song.
Boston.
What song? Keith! Bro! It works every time. Let me see that shirt again. That is hilarious. Do you guys see the shirt that she's wearing? Oh, that's so funny. I should wear the one that has your face on it. That'd be so funny.
Birthday. Missed it. I'm gonna wear this every day.
Works every time. That's right. Dude, Keith with the magic touch. Finally some Ryan Suter merch. It's not even like merch. It's like it'd be funny if we actually got that shirt made. So they went to Vietnam and they had this place where you can like press whatever photo onto a shirt. And like, she's like, which photo do you want on a shirt or something? And I think I just sent her a photo of me just being like, just like overly sultry for no reason. And she comes home with like that on a shirt. And then I have her face doing the same thing on a shirt. And when we go out sometimes, we'll wear shirts with each other's faces just because we're dumb. Yeah, it needs to get some movement. It's not moving a lot, but I don't like this low consolidation, to be honest. I might. It's been great hanging out with you guys for the last hour, just talking, listening to music. That's all we've been doing. Chatting, listening to music. Ocean blowing up. Yeah. As those of you that have been kind of with us for a while, you know that this is unusual, but also VIX above triple B can cause a lot of oscillation, which is why you just kind of like play inside of that range. So if you guys are around yesterday, I think I had like a $12,000 day and a $20,000 day the day before. It's been great trading. So hopefully today continues the trend. Fingers are crossed. But man, this is, if you just look at the chart, look at the S&P. This is very like weird looking. Clearly the market is not picking up any unusual momentum. It's just sort of like staying inside of a kind of a tracking pattern, right? Tracking the underlying stocks. You can see algorithmically, it's starting to like push lower and then sort of finding a support, which means it's just the natural oscillation that you'll see around a set point, right? If you guys use like, you know, any kind of like feedback loop process, you know, PID controllers, you engineers out there. This is just your typical process output against a set point. You see just normally just noise as the market is holding somewhat of a mild downward trend, but also holding that range because there's not a lot of buying and not a lot of selling. A liquidity pocket, when you don't see a lot of selling, or bulls on buying, but see a lot of selling, it means there's not a lot of people ready to buy this. But the market is sort of in a hold pattern right now, and this is just noise around it. So we need to see that. Essentially hold pattern while everything's fallen to support. The question is, do we break support and die today, or does it keep going? We always bet to the bull side. Obviously, we err to the bull side 70% of months under ideal bull market conditions, which we do have. DD ratio greater than half. SPY above MHP. Monthly maps, which you haven't checked, but let's check really quick. I'm sure monthly maps are still going to be bullish. God, I love the new release on the platform. This is just gorgeous. So quick and easy and fun to navigate. I love the fact that I can just sort of like piece everything together. Yeah, again, monthly maps still strong and bullish. Nothing alarming there. So greater market, completely bullish. And of course, in greater market is bullish like this. 70% of days will be green. So dips are, it's more likely to get a gain buying a dip rather than just too short for a crash, even though that one crash day can happen. Very small probability. Like I said, this is 10% of 10%. Crash percent, 1%. Under ideal conditions, which we do have, 99% of days should close above 24,900. Actually, 24,889. 99% of days will bounce off of here. And let me draw this a little better so you guys can see exactly what I'm trying to convey. 99% of days should close above bear monthly hedge right here. So let's put the split right there. 99% and literally 1% in our back test. It's 10% of 10%. These two together. So breaking this and breaking this would be a 10% chance and a 10% chance. So we practically just multiply them together. So it's almost with ideal conditions, you know, this confluence indicator is greater than 0. So the orange line is very strong. Very strong at 89, right? So what I do is I just have a position from here, but I also have the ability to really dive in there where it matters. So I play both hands at once, day trading, position management. Look at S&P today, dude. Look at this. That's just weird. I'm glad I chose NASDAQ today. NASDAQ's the fun one. Knife catches anonymous. So we'll check the sectors just to see everything looking differently. This has been sort of a boring trading. Normally I'm in and out quick. I hate holding on for an hour at a time like this. Not my favorite. Tech is getting slightly better, but we're losing discretionary and staples today. And that's going to be why the S&P is moving down a little faster than the NASDAQ. That's a little bit of rotation into the index divergence light is yellow, which shows that rotation. NASDAQ is very heavy-handed to the downside, minus 43 on resilience, and S&P is minus 15 now. So this is rotation into tech. We're going to see it right now. If I go in to load up like Amazon and Microsoft and some of these stocks, you'll start to see that these are actually bottoming out probably. And we'll see if that's actually the case. Still bottoming, not necessarily like V'ing up, but still holding a solid bottom. not moving lower, and they're all sort of flat-ish, which is good. And that is sort of emphasizing that rotation that we're expecting. S&P just kind of has sort of like a garbage look to it. Nasdaq did fall a little harder, which is why that was the opportunity today. The first one. Now S&P could fall to the same area, so that's kind of the warning point today. Is S&P support is the 32 level on the same token, 24 level are my A+ setups in S&P. So that could drag everything down, which is sort of the alarming part of this. So like we could get there and bounce, we can fall to there and bounce. So yeah. Welcome to Knife Catches Anonymous. Let me double check VIX futures really quick that we're still sort of like drifting up. Yeah. So this is the one sort of alarm that kind of still gets me going here, is that VIX is sort of like picking up some steam off of the October triple B level. You guys know how this works. We have overshoots, sensitivity news, all that stuff. Not the most fun. What a blah day today. At least I'm trading from the right spot though. Playing the song finalists today. All right, I feel it. So what it means is that whatever pop we're gonna get, I'm gonna get out quick, because the market's not, I don't think, gonna rally from here. I think this low consolidation is hinting at something. Any short squeeze, I believe, is gonna be quick-lived and be a bull trap today. If I do get the pop to there, I will close out. If we go to 90, I'll close out 100%. Let's fucking go. Oh, let's fucking go. The ES levels, Rocket Scooter platform automatically populates them. A couple of them I draw on there manually though. Res is better. As time is going by, he's getting slightly better on Nasdaq, slightly worse than S&P. At first, I was a little alarmed that it wasn't selling off after it low consolidated, but now I'm getting a little confident that it's holding and not selling off has increased my confidence, with resilience getting a couple bumps up at the bottom. You see that white line just took a bump up. This is good. If you guys are just tuning in, this is professional level day trading. I'm one of the sort of like biggest YouTube channels for live day trading and scalping, and intraday trading are like two of my specialties. I don't do as much scalping anymore as I do sort of like short-term day trades, 30 minutes to an hour per trade. I try to go 40-point runs in NASDAQ and 10-point runs in S&P is my normal bread and butter. 1-to-1, sometimes 1.5 to 1 if I can get them. These 90%ers I'm drawing arrows on my chart about are usually 1-to-1 trades. This one at the bottom, second entries, 1-to-1, but they happen very often, so I usually hit them pretty hard. Yeah, cutting that open play early. Yeah. Yeah, liquidity pockets were like Nasdaq just holding like a champ. So with the way that it's trying to sell, guys, this is a hint, okay? The way it's trying to sell, it's gonna get like a big ass green candle, and I'm gonna X the moment it happens, and it's probably gonna dump. This low consolidation would be rare to dump. I think it's gonna pop and drop. I really think that's what we're gonna get now with this. So let's see if I'm right. I'm not gonna hold for a big day run. Instead, whatever we get, I'm gonna close out probably around 990 level, which is good. That'll be about 6 or 7K, I think, with what I currently have invested. Like there. And then I think from there it's back down. Let's fucking go. Great song, dude. These are all of our finalists from our songwriting contest, by the way. All right.
It was years ago, the market began to fade. Let go from his job, was making a great wage. He studied chemicals, then decided to trade.
All right, let me take profit.
Started on a journey, Noah's trader's paradise.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the stock market wizard, motherfuckers. I'm out, yeah. I agree. I'm out. Nice trade, guys. I'm out. I flattened. Yeah, it's like I said, I agree with you guys. I'm out. I 100% agree with you guys. I feel the pain on that one. I took the, just like I drew. That's a real stock market wizard right there. There it is. So that's it. That's the P&L from today. Not really that crazy. So these neutralize out. So it says 12, 17, and 7, 24, 3,000, 4,000, about 4,000 bucks. Right now, let's just chill. I'm out. Fully flat. Yep, fully flat. Just like I said. Just like I said. Yeah, that's it. God, y'all are so fucking good at this. If I pickle, you won't poop in the rain. That's funny. He's a stock market. What was that like? Let me do. What was that again? So, like I said, 12, 25. Actually, these kind of cancel each other out. So 12, 17, 24, 34, 33, 40, 200 bucks, maybe about four. Let's just say about 4,000 bucks. That's the real wizard, baby. I love it. Okay, like I said, I closed out flat. Did I not say that on stream? Did I not literally say whatever move up we get, I'm going to close right about 90, give or take. And that candle came out of nowhere and I just X out of everything, right? Didn't I not say that? All right. We have over 1,000 people watching today. I'll do another trade at bear zone top, just like I intended today. Are you not entertained? To the fucking T. Yeah, I did, right? Okay. So like I said, there are, look, I'm in a book. Somebody wrote a book about how great I am. I can talk about trading all day. I do it. And nobody's got the balls to do it on the stream. On stream, in front of your faces, you guys can do it. I sing, I dance, I wear goofy headbands. But that's because I'm so confident and nothing could shake me. I stand on profit. I've got a 74% win rate for the year through the bear market and the bull market. I've taken, and if you guys are prop traders, I've taken, oh geez, let's see how much I've taken. I took like 80,000 in payouts last month. I think I'm taking, let me get the number. Let me log in. I'll show you guys the picture. I got it here. I've taken 48,000 in payouts this month. Yeah, you guys are literally watching like a really profitable trader doing his thing. Okay. I hate when people come at me because I stand on business. I'm really good. I'm really good at trading. And I never really just sit here and talk about how good I am, but I let you guys decide. But I know I'm really good. I have an edge, and that's the difference. It's kind of like hard not to be good when you have something statistically that works out and you manage your position well. All right. That's it. All right, let's do a giveaway. I would love to give away some really cool stuff. Let's have some announcements really quick. Somebody said affiliate payouts. Affiliate payouts in Q don't hit until the end of the month. So, you know, usually if like you have an affiliate with like Apex or something, they drop it to you like at the end of September. They'll drop it to you at the end. So yeah, you don't really get like TPT, all of that. They don't go through Rise. They go through direct bank deposit. Cool stuff like Cartier bracelet. Yeah. All right, let's go. Yeah, I'm chilling on the sidelines now. I rarely take shorts in a bull market. I only short against certain setups that are strong pivots only. Let me go to, I want to hear one more song while we're waiting. Finalist, baby. Finalist. Here we go. Technically, I could try longing again one more time. I could take the same trade. No reason I should be afraid of this. I could build it small in a couple of accounts, just the same thing I was going to do earlier, just in a couple of accounts, long and long. Let me try one more time. This is not going to be across all the accounts. I'm going to do it in just 2 accounts right now. One contract in 2 accounts. That's it. That's literally it. The 2 that are red. This one and this one. That's it. The 0 is still the 0. Actually, I'll do the one that's 56 as well. The one that's red there. Okay. So I'm actually longing in this one, and that one. 1 contract each NASDAQ. That's it. I'm trying one more time. Now, this is the actual end of the day move. And if those lose, then I'm going to lose small in just 3, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, weekly res is negative. That is kind of the downside to this, which likely gives me this full trade. So if I take $800 a loss in 3 accounts, I'm totally okay. To long right there to get the move back up from bear zone top. So now I'm taking the same trade a second time. hoping that the indicators get better, and they're not. They're definitely worse now, but I'm taking the bigger bull bet at the same spot. Since it's been chopping in the 20-point range, I'm adjusting my strategy to take like 20-point scalps right now. Do me a favor, guys, since we hit 1,000, everybody hit that like button. Okay, y'all did, man. All right, you know how much I love you guys? We're gonna do a huge giveaway. Have y'all heard of Tradify? A few announcements today. I'd love to give away a bunch of accounts. So we're gonna give away some FundedNext accounts today, but I'll give away 2 Tradify straight to funded accounts today. 2 of you guys will become a funded trader, not eval, not anything, funded. Funded. When I spin the wheel, and if your name is drawn, you'll become funded today. You'll get a funded trading account immediately. We give away 20 to 30 accounts every single day between all the shows that I do. Between 500 and 1,000 a month. So if you guys follow me from here to my funded TV and then come back to my afternoon stream, we love to do little giveaways here. So Tradify straight to funded. It's a pretty cool program. If you guys are traders and you know you've never heard of what a trader funding program is, it's really simple. So first of all, I'm Matt. I'm the CEO of the Rocket Scooter trading platform. We built a trading platform. You can trade futures in it. It's a futures trading platform. It's a gamma exposure tool set as well. Most of our futures traders kind of trade what's called prop firms, funded trading, funded trader programs. What it is that with a small bit of capital, you can trade an evaluation, which is like a trading test. If you pass it, you get funded. They're looking for good traders. They sponsor good traders. That's how it works. There's a ton of programs out there. The ones at the top of my screen are the ones we work with. As a trading platform, we have very close relationships with some of our platform partners. Tradify is one that's very interesting, and the eval is built into the funded program. So instead of having an eval, like an evaluation trading period, you actually immediately are given a funded account out the door and you're tested while you trade it. It's a whole different concept, which is really neat. So they call it straight to funded. Essentially, you trade to get a $9,000 profit target. If you make the 9,000 before you lose 6, and this is the 150K version, you can get $3,000 payouts every 5 days from your total balance to keep the account going. And every 5 days, you can get a payout of the same amount, which is pretty neat. Very simple, straightforward program. I've been trading with Tradify since probably like March. You know, if y'all know me, I'm a real money trader. I've been trading my entire life. Real money accounts. The prop explosion got huge. We're one of the biggest names in the futures space. So obviously we're getting involved in the hottest trend in futures right now. If you guys aren't futures traders, it's an opportunity to get acclimated to trading any kind of market. Futures are taxed better than regular stocks and options. So you get a better tax benefits. So there's a reason people like them. It's creating gains nonstop. Rocket scooter emojis. So all you gotta do is type in Tradify in chat, you guys. Currently they're having 30% off sale. If you use code Rocket Scooter, you can get in there and try that out at any time. But 2 of you guys will receive one of those funded accounts right now. Okay.
Well, the charts went silent in the midday.
I'm gonna spin the wheel in about 10 seconds, you guys.
Matt kicked open the saloon, yelling free stuff, son. He's got prop firm bounties in a burlap sack and a boot camp lasso slung across his back. Yippee-ki-yay, it's a giveaway bonanza. Rocket Scooter.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin the wheel.
Folks say he can outtrade a rattlesnake's tail, catching market moves like he's riding the rail. He don't ride horses, nah, just a rolling off his chair, drawing LP lines in the desert air. Yippee-ki-yay, it's a giveaway banana.
VWAP, QQQ, you are now a funded trader with Tradeify.
Wild like a buffalo stampede, but Matt's got giveaways faster than a steed. Boot camps, payouts, accounts to be won, like a high noon showdown, better draw, son. Yippee-ki-yay, it's a giveaway bonanza. Click that rocket scooter bell and let your cash browse. With every spin of his smallish
Just dive in.
he's launching prizes like a Gatling rat-tat-tat. Yippee-ki-yay, it's a giveaway bonanza. Rocket scooter master and up a stanza. With a cowboy hat too small for his head, he's wrangling funded accounts instead.
Just dive and type something in the chat, buddy. Claim your prize. And after this, I'm going to show you guys some pretty cool stuff with FundedNext's newest release here. Ivan picked the wrong time. Take a piss, man. Did he type something? I don't think I saw it. Ivan! Ivan! You don't realize we've been trading on Sim today? Well, that's good because today was kind of like a shit day. So hopefully you didn't, it wasn't too painful when you realized. Well, hopefully, oh, there he is. Ivan, he did type. Okay, Ivan, I see it. It just popped up. Okay, Ivan, he's there. Ivan, double check. Are you here? Your name popped up. He's here. Okay. Yeah, he did. With 1 freaking second. Ivan, bro, he's like, Ivan's running back to his computer, like with his pants ab zipped, like mid-pee, had to like cap the tip. Right away, hold on. I'll give you a chance to go clean up, bro. I know. Here's me from the other side of the room. Holy shit, I won. Zip. Gotta run back. Or he's like running with coffee and like coffee's like splattering everywhere all over the carpet. But worth it because you're not funded with Tradeify. So let's go. Congrats, Ivan. Congrats, VWAP. My friends here, you guys. Congratulations. I'm going to give you guys two 50K, I think. Hold on. Let me see what I got. Got dozens of these to give out. Yeah, so let me give you some 50K straight to funded accounts of Tradeify. How's that sound? Two of you guys. So just Ivan and VWAP, QQQ. Congrats. You guys know the drill, and I'll tell you how to claim all together. We'll do FundedNext next, right? I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the participants list here. Huge FundedNext sale. What FundedNext is doing right now is insane. They've just dropped another bomb on prices. Things got insanely better. So here's what's going on. Let me show you the accounts they've got. So the legacy challenge prices dropped. It was 129, now it's 79. 249 becomes 159, and 449 becomes 249. This is stupid. half price on these legacies. This is the accounts I trade. Half price. My blowups just got cheaper. How about that? We get 10% off of this as well. What is neat is that they have removed daily loss limit from every account. Now I'm going to tell you guys, you know me, I'm team My Funded Futures all the way. That's my #1 prop firm for all around value. But I'm going to tell you, it's because all around value for all kind of customers. The #1 prop account, period, that you can buy in all of props ever is the 50K legacy now. It is uncapped payout, no DLL. The cost to drawdown ratio is massive. So let me tell you the numbers here. Cost to drawdown. 159 divided by 250. So what that's like, what, 159. Drawdown to cost ratio. 2,500 divided by 159. That is a 15. Let me tell you, when it comes to end of the day drawdown accounts, a ratio of 9 is really good. 10 is unheard of. Now it's 15. So the drawdown they give you for the cost you pay, it's actually 15.7. It's stupid now. This is off the charts. My Funded Futures and other top firms end of the day drawdowns were like 9. Mine was the competitive highest level. Like Top Step was like slightly under 9. My Funded was at 9. These guys were close to 9. Now it's 15. It's stupid how cheap it is for what you get. Again, these guys want to bankrupt themselves. I don't fucking know. But if they're going to get bankrupted, I'm going to be the one that does it. But whatever. That's their problem, not mine. This one is a 12. So there's no reason at all anymore that the 100K is worth anything at all, unless you just want a little bit more end of the day loss limit. No DLL. The pricing scaling is weird. So avoid the 100Ks, 100%. And then 1250 to divided by 80 bucks. That's what, 114, right? So let's see if my mental math is good. Oh, 15.6. Oh, that's also 15.6. Oh, incredible. Hold on. Let me double check this. 1250 divided by 80. Holy crap. The cheapest one scales to 15 as well. Mind is blown, guys. The 25K legacy has a better drawdown to cost ratio than my Funded Futures core plan, which was the best value program on the planet. The legacy challenge is just about as good as the rapid challenge now. I don't understand. Why would anybody do the rapid? Why would you do the rapid at $12.50 and $9.99, $99.99? We can do $79 for $25. Maybe the price change is temporary. The consistency roll on the Funded is 40%. That's it. And rapid, it's 3 days. Oh, I get it. I get it. So it's 3 days to pay out, which is why rapid's slightly more expensive. That makes sense. Okay. So this is 5 days to pay out. 3 days to passive out, 5 days to pay out, but uncapped payout, no DLL. This is what makes them great. One-time fee, no monthly fee, no activation fee, 100% split, 100-0. I think the price change is temporary. That would be the one thing. But the 25K at 15.6 is off the charts. Anything above 10 is off the charts. 10 is the top of the chart. You can compare every end of the day drawdown prop account out there and the ratio will be 10 or less. My Funded Futures got really like right at 10 with their last update price changes, which made them top dog. And now this is top dog. This freaking space race in the prop world is driving me crazy. But I'm excited to load up on as much as I can. Now, I don't think the 100Ks are worth it anymore. The 50Ks seem to be about it. That's great. And the 25Ks even further. Well, 80 bucks. That's crazy. But your maximum loss limit's really tight. So out the door, I would say in general, the 50K is better because your maximum loss limit is your quote unquote drawdown where you start. So this is your buffer. The buffer gives you, you know, 3,000 bucks for the fat one. It's only $500 more for a lot more price. For $100 or 500 bucks, not worth it. This one, great value, 25. This doubles for double the price. That's why they're pretty much the same ratio. but this scales really poorly. So 50K is the shining gem of those. Okay. So essentially what makes them great is no firm has uncapped payouts anymore on your first payout. Is crazy. Your first payout, if in the first 30 days of requesting a payout, can be half of your balance, whatever it is. No firm does this. And they don't take a split from you. It's 100%, 0% split. How they're able to do that, I don't know, but it is what it is. Crazy, right? Code Rocket gives you 10% off the already low prices, so make sure you use it. $25K is your favorite. Yeah, James, 25 and 50 are exactly the same value. Just one of them gives you a little bit fatter room. It'll just be trading twice as big, you know, with the drawdown being twice as big. You would do absolutely nothing different likely between the two accounts, except one you might be trading 1 mini, the other one might be trading 5 micros for the same scaling plan. Somebody said, is Apex legit? Apex is being given a lot of heat right now for denying trader payouts. I would say if you want a safer bet, as far as what the community tends to side with, I'll tell you, everybody that traded Apex tends to trade Take Profit Trader now. It means people fail the challenges. Well, obviously, right? I mean, how does casino make money? And people fail at the roulette table. You know, it's part of the game, but some people pass and some people don't. You know the risks going into it. Not everybody wins at trading. It's not a guaranteed win. Just like anything else, the challenge is slightly harder than real trading. So in return for the low barrier of entry, obviously it's not easy to pass. You have to actually be a good trader, which is what they're looking to do, is find good traders to feed into a live program, you know. If you want low cost evals like Apex, you said Bullnox is better. Bullnox is good, or ETF. ETF is a 90% off sale right now for their one steps, which is actually the same thing as Apex. Trailing drawdown, dirt cheap accounts, pretty much the same structure as Apex. And yeah, ETF is best when they got 90%. That's pretty much what most people like kind of tend to agree with. You know, ETF's prices are slightly high. So you wait for the sale and then you load up. And that's what Apex, the same thing. Nobody buys Apex unless there's a sale. And there's like some of the prop firms, there's just tricks to it. You know, some of the, like those are the ones that have 90% off sales. Firms like My Funded Futures very rarely have a sale because their prices are already low. Does FundedNext consistency apply in Funded too? This is correct. It does. Yep. 40% in Funded. So essentially, if you have a big blowout trade, just keep trading big to bring the consistency down. Market Athletes will give away 2 25K rapid accounts to celebrate today. If you guys got all the note yesterday to load up on the rapids for the prices went up slightly. Market Athletes. Type something in chat, buddy. And yeah, with the 90% off ETF one steps, the one step is exactly like the Apex. If you're like, I don't know if I want to try Apex, Elite Trader Funding's one step program is the same exact sort of setup as Apex. It's the same style of account. And ETF is very reputable and they don't deny payouts. This day and age, they're getting a really good rep. Hey, so Simon, some of you guys are here. Simon Dean, when you guys look at the morning, when you talk about UVXY coming out, can you double check? Do me a favor, you guys, I'll test this. Can you double check before the actual liquidity maps come out in the first 30 seconds that their initial print? Because like we were noticing this morning, the VIX was coming out first, which is weird. Can you double check what we have today for UVXY for what it says at exactly 9:30 tomorrow? I'm gonna make sure it's not caching the old data on the update before it updates with the new data, and we're getting a wrong read immediately. Because sometimes, like Simon D was like, you know, UVXY hedge pressure break or whatever, but we've been noticing that the equity side has been populating right at market open, which is not true, not correct. And then 15 seconds later, it populates the real data. So if y'all are checking it, it did change. It showed cash from yesterday. Okay, that's probably what I thought it was. Okay, and that's probably what's happening. Okay, it doesn't. What I'm saying, you guys, doesn't mean anything. To me, it's just basically, we know 15 seconds in, it starts doing the calculations, but the data you get exactly 9:30. We need to wipe the cache to make it 0. Market athletes. Yeah, I did. I called out his name. Winner number 2. Oh, we need a giveaway song. I want to make a note in our development channel. Let me add one more note to this patch. We've got a couple more items like saving drawings and stuff on the dual chart window, or the multi-chart window. I'm sorry, Abu. I didn't even say your name. My bad. I'm in the middle of something. Congrats, you two. Okay, let me give you all the rules. All 4 of you guys at one. Let me tell you how to claim it. Oh, shit. Trade number 2 taking off again. Well, let's do it. All right. So the 4 winners, this is how you guys can claim your prizes. You're going to go to my Discord, which is in the description below the video. Everybody go to the description below the video. God, I'm so fucking good at this. It's a giveaway bonanza. Should I just like take profit and call it a day or what? Or should I hold on and let it ride? What would Bachman Turner Overdrive say? Ride, 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 gonna let it ride. Don't take it down, 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 take it down, down. You guys are the best trade community in the world. Love y'all. Y'all are the best. Okay. Market athletes, Abu, just Ivan, a VWAP. You guys are gonna go to the Discord, which is in the description below the video. You're gonna go to a contest channel. It says contest. You're going to find one of our admins. His name is Slacks. You're going to send him a message. You're going to take a screenshot of your YouTube ID from inside your account. That way you know that it's you. Send him a picture of that screenshot. Preemptively, go sign up for Tradeify. Go sign up for FundedNext, whatever you want, and have an account. Let him know the email. That way we'll get your accounts assigned to you, and you guys are ready to go. 2 of you are funded traders with Tradeify. 2 of you guys have 25K rapid accounts with FundedNext. Enjoy. In the meantime, 30% off Tradeify with our code FundedNext. 10% off with our code, and the price has already dropped. Those 50K legacies, oh boy, super good. All right, get some music going on here again. Let my developer know that I'm adding more to the patch. Added one more item to patch note. Work love. Oops. Should I just like, what a stupid day today. Should I hold it? Should I let it ride? Let's just show with some chill vibes. Cal speaking soon, yeah. Next boot camp starts in 3 Mondays. No, the 7th, 2 Mondays. Or the 6th, whatever the Monday is. Is this one of those days where it just falls and stays low? Should I just like say fuck it? If we V down, it's a big rally up, so I'm cool with that, but should I just diamond hands it with the 1? I don't I don't really like it. Although technically I gotta take this trade every single time. I did manage to turn these accounts green, so do I even care? In an hour it will cook. I feel like you're right, dude. Should I just take? I mean, it's trying to move, which would be good. I did want to hit that 990 level, but this is just a weird sort of. Hey, days like that, they're just falling. Have no liquidity. It could bounce low here like all day. Nothing. The indicators aren't getting better either. Some of the tech is bouncing, but we're still rotating lower. Sectors are looking kind of garbo. Charts be banking. Oh, banking. Charts be banking. That's like one of my favorite lines in all the music songs. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna close out these 2 green, and I'm gonna hold on to this one. I'm holding on to 1. It is off screen, just letting you guys know. It's one of the FundedNext accounts. That one's off screen. I'm cool with everything else being the way that it is. And just gonna hold on to 1 account as a runner. It seems like a bullshit day, and I don't want to experience a lot of bullshit today. Managed to flip all the accounts green, and that one that's red is slightly better. Again, I am gonna hold on to that one. It does have 3 contracts in it. That's one of my big dogs. The one's going for the 100K payout. And it's active with 3 NASDAQ contracts from here. I took the trade twice. Now I'm here on that one, and we'll if that one rides, then that one rides, and that's the big dog. So we'll see. No activation fee on FundedNext. That's right. Yeah. Bonus class today. Yes. Yes, sure. Yes, correct. Ooh. Cool reggae agua. All right, so just letting that 1 trade ride. If anything comes up tonight, account green, I'll be happy. Other than that, we're just gonna be chill rest of the day, making it chill. All right, this has been fun. Hopefully my one runner that I'm holding on to picks up some steam and keeps going. This is like a, I didn't like the way this looks, but again, I'm still holding on to that one account right here. 3 contracts here. Hopefully this one goes green. The last one I'm working on, everything else is green, which is good. If you guys like the stream, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, fully transparent trader, tell you guys everything I'm doing, map it out beforehand. If you thought this was great, you thought this was nice, I'm doing this for 10 years. You know, there's a reason we get all the respect we do on social media. Nobody questions authenticity here. You get to watch it live and see the reports live, and everything's pretty much in front of your face. I do have a statistical edge in the market. All the stuff I do, 90% of days will stay above there. If this ratio is greater than half, which it is, which is kind of nice to see.
I'm watching the tickers teasing me slow. The curve's gotta sway like it's putting on a show. Futures in the mirror looking hotter than gold, but my P&L's too bold. Please go down on me. Take me lower, let it be. I'm too high, I can't breathe. Please go down on me.
Please go down on me. What's the size usually risk for a brand new funded? I would say in general, you have to, I have a spreadsheet that I give away in my boot camp that calculates appropriate position sizes. It depends on what your drawdown is. So the answer to that question, I plug the drawdown into the sheet and it tells me about what size I normally do. And it depends on my risk tolerance. You have to set your risk tolerances in there for kind of like how fast you're willing to blow up the account, how much risk you're willing to take. So an example is me, my risk tolerance is at the pace I want to go, I'll allow myself 3 days to blow up in 2 trades per day. So essentially, like if I lose at max loss 3 days in a row, I've lost. And I'm okay with that because in 20 trading days a month, it means I, worst case scenario, re-upped 7 times. So I'm willing to spend that much money per month with my budget of props. So worst case scenario, I blow up every 3 days. So I set a budget, then I calculate what I'm willing to spend and then find out how much I can lose per day. So an example is that the account costs $500 and you're going to put 2,000 a month into the prop experience. That's 4 blowups. So that's every 5 days you can blow up. You would set yourself a target for that. So basically you set a budget and then decide. Then I give myself 2 trades a day. I allow myself to be wrong once and then wrong again. I usually find out if I'm wrong like more than 2 times in a row. It's usually bad to trade. If I get it wrong with some of my setups, 80 and 90%, and I get it wrong once and I get it wrong again, it's probably a good sign to get out of the way. Something is brewing if your high probability setups aren't working. It's probably a day you should sit out. So that's a good rule of thumb I always give myself is 2 trades a day. Your budget will say how many days to blow up. And that's really how you do it. Spreadsheet is in the boot camp in the 20 days section that has like some links posted in it. If you go to the Discord, it's there. And then it plugs and chugs. So what I do for my like Tradeify straight to funded, for example, my normal S&P trade, which is my biggest trade I'll do, is 4, which is rare I do the biggest, but that's the biggest I'll go. 4 S&P minis, 2 NASDAQ minis is the best I'll go. In the Tradeify straight to funded, on average, it's 1 NASDAQ on a confident trade and 2 S&P on a confident trade. If it's a small trade, it's like 5 micros NASDAQ and 1 E-mini S&P. I usually round those 5 micros up to 1. My entry at a faster pace is normally 1 NASDAQ contract, and I'm just like today, you saw me take some 1s. I took some 2 at the start of the day. I closed out, grabbed some 1s at the bottom, and that's about my comfortable pace. Now, again, there's no right answer because it's your comfortable pace. The bigger you go, the more you'll spend if you fail a lot. The smaller you go, the slower to your goal, but the less you'll spend. And so the answer to the question is a budgeting question on your behalf, Deb. Does that make sense? So the idea is that you just, it's kind of like you're budgeting, you know, you're like, hey, I want to go to the casino once a month and my wife lets me take $3,000. So I'm assuming $3,000 is all going to be spent. How do I budget it? I want to go 4 times a month. Well, so $750 each time, you lose $750, you're done. If you blow it all up in the first week, then you got 3 weeks of sitting out. And so in reality, you assume that trading, as risky as it is, you're going to lose everything. Anytime you're budgeting trading expenses, at the start, assume you're going to lose everything because you need to set a limit, right? As engineers, we set limits to any problem. We call them boundary conditions. And the boundary condition is A, you have a fixed amount you're willing to budget. Don't make it infinite so you don't go gamble your whole life savings away, but give yourself an appropriate trading budget, you know, whatever you're willing to trade with in a real account or a prop account. You know, I want to, you know, I get $3,000 extra of expendable cash every month. I'd like to apply that to trading. Okay. So then you got 3,000 to blow up every month. That's, you know, $750 a week, right? So, you know, then you're like, okay, so that's roughly $250 a day. Okay, so that's my limit. And then now you never go over budget. You never go beyond your expectations. Anytime you go beyond your expectations, you get a sticker shock. The emotions will pile up. Like, holy crap, I blew everything up 3 days in. What the fuck? What am I going to do? Okay, let me get more money in. You start making irrational decisions. So reality, when you're starting, budget it like you're budgeting your allowance. You give your kids, you know, like here's some money, kid, make it last. And then, when did the Steve Miller Band collaborate with Jamiroquai? That did sound like Jamiroquai, dude. with a little Maroon 5 in the background. Then I used 5 minis on that 10K win on Friday. I did 10 minis actually. But that account is a different account. That one is going beyond the limit. I'm now scaling that one to a degree of my normal trade is 10, my medium trade is 5, and my small trade is 2 to 3. Because that account has a big fat buffer in it. And now I'm trying to scale that account to like $100,000 payout. So I'm having to hit that one hard to make 5 to 10K a day in that one particular account. I'll have you one go on a 25K account. It's pretty much the same thing, but micros might be the ultimate answer from my equation for me. You guys remember, it's your risk. My rules are for my risk. I go at a faster pace because I have some money to spend. Some of you may have a tighter budget. You can't go as heavy as I do. So you have to really do the math, like make a little spreadsheet and budget it out. So an example is I can take 10-point and 40-point losses, ES and NQ respectively, which per contract is $500 versus $800 of loss per mini, right? This is for NASDAQ to the right and ES to the left per contract. Okay, so an example budget would be, let's say that I give myself, I don't know, $4,000 a month to spend on props. And the account I want to buy is, let's just say in general, 400 bucks. Okay, cool. So I can buy 10 accounts with my budget. Okay, 10. Which means over a 20-day period, I can blow up account every 2 days and still stay under budget, right? Imagine I just lose 1 day, lose 2 days, bust, buy again, lose 2 days, bust, buy again, lose 2 days, bust, buy again. Cool. Now my base is 2 days and I'll never spend more than $4,000 a month. So far, so good. We all understand it's just simple budgeting. So in 2 days to blow up, I can say, aha, okay, if my trades are 40 points NASDAQ and 10 points S&P for a stop each trade, my rule of thumb is I let myself lose 2 times a day before I lose confidence in my setup working or my day working. If high probability trades are blowing up, like 90% fails and 90% fails, it's 2 losses in a row. Usually I'll choose to sit out. Sometimes I'll trade a little more, but as a rule of thumb, I plan at least to sit out after 2. So 2 days to lose and then 2 trades per day means I can lose 800 times. Okay, let's start over. And say that each account that I buy has a drawdown of $1,600 of daily loss limit. That's how much it lets me lose. Daily loss limit will tell me how much I'm going to lose per trade. An example is this is a $400 trading account with a $1,600 daily loss limit. Okay, if I'm losing $800 per trade, then losing 2 trades, then basically I can take 2 40-point losses to hit my budget. Here I can take for 1,600, this is 500 per contract, which means I can trade. So this one I would trade exactly 1 E-mini max coming under budget. If I lose 1 E-mini at 40 points 2 times, there's my $1,600. So in the example of a $4,000 monthly budget, $400 account with a $1,600 drawdown, it cost me $400 to play the game. I set myself to lose in 2 days. Then I can lose 2 1 E-mini trades at 40 points and then come in under budget for all of it. 2 trades a day. This one, 1,500 goes in the 6 roughly 3 times. 1,500 goes in here roughly 3 times. So on this particular sense, on 2 trades, that's $750 per trade. Or actually $775 per trade. Right, no. Right, I'm stupid. $800 per trade. Don't listen to me. 1,600 divided by 2 trades is 800 at $500 per every 10 per contract. On a 10-point stop, I can trade 1.6 E-minis to do the math. Do the math on a spreadsheet, but trust me, it's 1.6. So 16 micros or slightly over 1. 1.6 E-minis for 10 points will be $800 and I can lose that twice for 16. So now I've set my maximum contract size for a 10-point, 40-point stop in non-volatile futures trading. So when you guys take my boot camp, it's not some chart reading fluff like some of these, goofy Poindexter leprechauns coming at me yesterday. I teach you how to bet like a pro. I make money in this. I make a lot of money doing this. And I make a lot of money doing this by doing math like this. And no matter what the charts look like, it's this math that is really the reason I'm profitable. This is really reason why I win trading contests, things like this, is I am meticulous about my position size. That is the key to beating this shit. I'm a master better. I master bet like 3 times a day. I mean, I lubricate every inch of my trade. If you take my boot camp, you will see a lot of master betting. Promise. 3 times a day. You thought I was a dry guy, didn't you? Yeah. Y'all are mostly rookie bettors. Hey, what's up? Are they? They don't need to come up here. Okay. Out here. Okay. Cool. Dude, we got fire ant infestation, man. Sucks. 3 times a day, gotta pump those numbers up. Teach me how to master bet. So anyways, master class in betting. That is the inside joke that we always say, master betting. But the idea is that betting is really what you're doing in trading. You're betting on odds. You're throttling the size of your bet based on the outcome of what you believe your odds are going to pay you out versus the risk of the odds and all that, which is just like a poker player would do. And most traders aren't good at trading. That's why they don't teach you that, because they don't know that that's the reason for success. Most people that aren't successful or got lucky success, or, you know, some people around the COVID time longed a bunch of stocks and made millions of dollars. And now, you know, you can coast on your wins in lucky a year or two. But most traders don't have successful, you know, the average fund manager breaks even with the S&P after 2 years. Very few people beat the market for longer than a year or two. Very few people with a significant edge or statistical edge in the market teach you guys how to do it. So I'm telling you straight up, I beat the market year over year over year over year over year. I have an actual statistical edge. That's why. I'm not saying that I can see the future. I can predict the stock market. Nobody can. But I have a statistical approach and statistical edge. And the reason I can do that is because I'm so meticulous about how I bet and the betting size. Everything is in perfect control. The market I can't predict. That's random. And this is completely going to go all over the place. But my application is not. So the consistency I have is a consistency in how I bet. And it's the same across the board. Yeah. Song submission continues after my funded futures. Yeah, we got a few more to go, Keith. You're like the first one to get played. We're going to put the Whoosh fans together in the finals. I'm not going to let you guys go head to head in the semis. We're going to have like a Whoosh fan whoosh off in the finals. New boot camp starts in 2 Mondays. Somebody hops on the stream for the first time and hears that all we do is master bet. They'll probably stick around and maybe half of them want to see it. You guys are a bunch of degens. What can I beat, Lance? Oh, dude, I would trade circles around anybody. I could beat anybody. I don't know a person that I couldn't beat. I'm just really good. Like tit for tat, I'd have a higher win rate. I'd have a higher expectancy. I'm very good at day trading. Like I'm very good at day trading. Anyone on socials, there's no way they could beat me. I've seen. I've never seen his stats, but I'm assuming from the content of his course material, he doesn't possess an edge in the market. I've seen excerpts of his course material. It's very basic and it's very theorized, highly theorized charting content with basic charting patterns. There's nothing edged there. So in like a technical sense, like trading futures or something, tit for tat, I'd embarrass him. It wouldn't even be close. But I can tell that by seeing somebody's theory. So like you can talk about chess and Magnus Carlsen will say, yeah, you're an 800 ELA or a 900 ELA. He'll like, I know what your score is because I can see your competency. I can see someone and tell you if they're a grandmaster just by the way they speak about it. I can tell the complexity of how you think, the edge you possess, and I can see there's no edge possessed and I'd be willing to bet money on it. I told the guy I'd give him $100,000 of my own money to trade with, just to trade against him with my own money. He can have it. He can keep whatever he makes. And he turned it down. He blocked me. So there's your answer. If I were him, I wouldn't either. I would completely run away from that. I would poke a hole in that story so fast. His head would spin. I mean, honestly, like I would literally humiliate anybody that I head-to-head traded with if they ever wanted to. And I don't say that lightly. I'm very competitive. But in a day trading sense, I don't think anybody I know out there would come close. Nobody. And I'm friends with a lot of really good traders, and they're good. A lot of people I know, especially people on YouTube, they're good. They're really good, actually. There's just layers to goodness. You know, I believe, you know, a lot of these really good traders, really good. I'd still smoke them. But that's just my opinion. But I'm willing to do it. So if anyone ever wanted to have like a head-to-head, I would say 100%. And I'm game for a challenge, and I'm fun and mature about it. If someone whoops my ass, then I'm always like impressed, because I made a friend for life. That's how I'm like, ooh, how did you beat me? And I'd love to learn from this person, you know? So for me, I'd never back down from a challenge. I would absolutely head-to-head, full transparency, film the whole thing, accounts, you can watch the account balance, everything. I would let you guys watch it live. That's how confident I am. But, you know, I don't know anybody would ever take that bet. Bootcamp, you go to rocket.place/Matt, go into the description below, and there's some info about it. Our entire training bootcamp is only $20 for the 17 classes in the first month. $20 a month. It's $1 a class. 17 plus 3 bonuses. And then we're adding a trader funding program masterclass series that we're starting today. With that. But yeah, we don't charge $1,000 for a bootcamp seat. I can guarantee you that our trader training program is probably the best you'll ever see. And to say fuck you to, like, you know, knee-high garden gnomes like fucking Lance Berkshire or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, this kid like sells $1,000 and, you know, look, made $100 million, but somehow decided he needed a job because he needs $1,000 more. It makes no sense to me. Ours is a fuck you to people like that. It's $20. We'll completely wreck your mind when it comes to trading, and you'll pay $1 a class because fuck you to people like that. I don't need the money. I really have money to that degree. And the trading class just supports itself and supports the company. It pays for 2 employees that make the handouts and edit the videos. So we profit 0 on it. FYI. Yeah, if I trade head to head with somebody and they whip my ass, I absolutely would love to see that. Because then I've made a friend for life. And now I got a cool trader for you guys to follow. Like, dude, fucking so-and-so whooped my ass in this contest. That's somebody you guys should listen to and learn from also. I gotta be on the constant search for that. I've got no hurt ego or bruised ego, no excuses. I would shake their hand and be like, well played, sir. Because I know I'm really good. If they beat me, then they're really, really fucking good. And that's what I like to see. And I would absolutely celebrate a trading contest against anyone. I would even pay money to a superstar just to make them trade against me, so they have no excuse to back down. Like trading with Travis. What's up, Travis? Travis in the house over here. Another streamer. You think her Lansby will be taking the next boot camp? He needs some course material, I guess. Not deal with gamma or delta in a bull market. Isn't it easier just to long gold? I'm trying to learn this more. So in more of a fundamental sense, you're gonna have to decide what your trading style is. Like when you say, is it easier just to long gold? Are you investing or day trading? I can't give you financial advice, obviously, but when you're saying just it easier just to long gold, are you meaning like day to day, like buying gold, selling gold, day trading? Are you talking about like, are you looking to invest in gold in more of a fundamental sense? If the answer is the latter, then my question to you is, what are your motivations for wanting to long gold? Are they technical or are they fundamental? Do you believe gold has some unfound residual value that we're going to achieve further out in time as gold continues to move higher? And like, what's your motivations for that fundamentally? If it's technical, then what are your motivations technically? Like, I have to understand why you think gold is a good bet. I don't, and I'll admit, I honestly know pretty little about gold or why it moves. So take anything I say like I'm the world's most stupid person when it comes to gold in general. This is a general trading question I'm asking you. So futures looks bullish, basically like on the chart. Right. Okay. So for a technical reason, I don't see, you know, personally, again, I don't know what makes gold move. I'm not an expert at it. Basic understanding of why gold moves. You know, commodities are such a special thing. I wouldn't call myself proficient. So whatever I say about gold is going to be technical only. There are fighting words. Bull Barbie. You know what, Barbie and I should team up and we should 2v2 somebody in a trading contest. I heard there are fighting words. I said I would like love to do a trading contest, like, or I day traded against like anybody out there who somebody was like, hey, is this guy really a real trader, that I said I'd throw 100K to a pot and let them prove themselves. Like somebody that's shady or wasn't showing their results or somebody that made big claims. I'd be like, look, here's 100K. You can keep this and the proceeds if you keep all the proceeds and then you keep the 100K if you beat me. And I'd be willing to throw that much money into a pot to disprove some guru. I thought that was something that would be kind of fun to do. Okay, so you say the chart, you said, appreciate you, bro. Just think and find it somewhat easier than NQ on these kind of days. In general, in a technical sense, everything's easier than NQ because NQ is, the weird thing about NASDAQ is if you look at, let me show you the difference between S&P and NASDAQ. You see the S&P has a bid-ask spread that's really tight, right? You can see that they're basically, you know, one tick apart from each other, right? Nice and slow, big fat 70 contracts here, 80 contracts here. You know, it's really nice and tight. And when you go to the NASDAQ, the problem that's been happening with the NASDAQ over the last 3 or 4 years is that NASDAQ, you can see there's usually a spread. It's not really tight and it dances around a lot with smaller positions. NASDAQ is improperly granulated. So if you see NASDAQ has a space in between them and a much smaller contract size on either side, 7 and it looks like 5 or 6 or whatever, right? So NASDAQ is spastic and jumps around a lot. And that penalizes you on your trading. The reason this actually happens is because these denominations are too small. NASDAQ and S&P both trade on quarter point increments, right? S&P is trading quarter point and S&P is appropriately sized, but it's also valued at 6,000. But once you get bigger on a percent change, the thing that's tracking has too many small bites, if you know what that means, too granulated. So the idea is NASDAQ is desperately trying to track the underlying, but it has like all of these pieces in the middle that kind of fall out of sync with the market. Like essentially NASDAQ should be traded at 24,000 or 25,000, should be traded to the even dollar. I wish NASDAQ was granulated to actual even dollars. Like the tick size was actually 1 point. Instead of like, you know, $20 a point, still $20 a point, but no trading at a quarter of points because it would dance around a lot less. So because of that, NASDAQ gets like a lot more weirdness, a lot more illiquid moments, and is crazier. We call it spastic. Gold tends to be a little more stable, just like the S&P. It's appropriately sized. In general, NASDAQ has inherently harder characteristics than anything because of shit like this. NASDAQ, choppy and floppy and just, you know, dances around a lot. The bid ask is not that tight. It's easy to offset it very quickly. They really need to rescale this to, and right, in depth trades is completely correct, right? It's usually 2 ticks of spread. In the overnight, sometimes it's like 4 or 5. It gets big. And so that just basically tells you, like, as a mathematician, you will understand that NASDAQ futures are tracking the underlying. And so when you're underlying the spot and you have more data points, it's going to, you know, track around it. But if you have like less data points, it's going to be more rigid. So like more points of spread. So the idea is if the S&P is tighter on its tracking, if at the current value on a percent change basis, if the S&P was valued at like 25,000 and 30,000, it would also start dancing around at a quarter of a point. It's just an artifact of NASDAQ being 25,000 right now. When NASDAQ was scaled at a quarter of a point, NASDAQ was trading at like 2,000. So you didn't notice NASDAQ wasn't spastic back then, but as it gets bigger, any mathematician would tell you with something that's tracking, you'll have more overshoot and more undershoot to reach a set point with more granularity between the undershoot and overshoot points. It allows You need to get rid of that quarter of a point, make it even dollars. But so in general, other things are going to be easy mechanically. On a technical sense, for instance, with gold, you know, anything that you want to long or believe you're longing when a market does show a strong long trend, longing is going to be stronger trading than shorting because longing is less volatile, right? So anything that's going up is going to go up more smoothly. So if you like, an example is in a moment where the NASDAQ is bearish for like a month and gold is bullish for a month, and you're like, well, maybe I can short the NASDAQ or I can long gold. And if you have equal understanding of both of them, longing is always the better option because it's easier. Long trades possess less volatility as the market moves higher. Therefore, you get like less dips and less drawdown, whereas short trades get more volatile as they fall, which means if you're wrong on a short, your stop or your drawdown is much bigger than if you're wrong on a long, your stop is much smaller. So the ups and downs are easier in a long trade. So mechanically speaking, a long environment will be easier tit for tat than a short environment surviving. Did I buy the open yesterday? I don't remember what I did yesterday. Let me double check the chart. Yes, I did. I do remember. I did long yesterday and got the initial 40 whatever point moves and then sat out for the day and then got the end of the day dip and grabbed that. And I had a pre-market trade as well. So I had 3 trades yesterday. You'd quit your job for the boot camp if it's during the day. I made you a few $1,000s in a few days. Oh, I didn't make anything. You made it yourself. You'd be proud of yourself for doing that, man. You're pushing the buttons over on your screen, not me. Boot camp is pre-recorded, so you don't have to quit your job, but you can actually watch it in your own time. So, is this your target? This is your target, Fabio? I have no idea who that is. I would love to just trade somebody. No, they got to put some stakes up too. Like, if they lose, well, actually, no. If I'm just trying to disprove a guru, I'll just throw the money in just to disprove them. Like that Lance guy that ducked away from my challenge. He was like, I challenge you to give me $50,000 to charity if I show my broker statement from last year. I'm like, so wait, I have to pay? Your broker statement's behind a paywall already, so I got to pay to get it too? What kind of guru noise is that? And I said, not only will I pay 50, I'll pay 100. I even doubled it down. I said, I'll pay 100. He didn't think I was a call on his bet. I'm rich as fuck. I'll give you $100,000. You give me 10 years so I can corroborate your $100 million claim. And how about some tax returns? And I'll get my lawyer to be the neutral third party. And we'll subpoena these places for accuracy and sue you for fraud if you're lying. How about that? And he backed down. So when people realize you got money, they ain't gonna face off. Absolutely gonna bluff me, you know. It's kind of like, you know, I was like, well, challenge accepted. I think people call their bluff because they're used to other traders like frauds calling frauds because nobody has money to really do anything about it, you know. And then when I'm like, sure, let's go. That tweet got 50,000 impressions, and actually today the stream had 1,500 or 150 more viewers. We have 1,500 more views than we normally do at this hour. So I gotta appreciate Mr. Fraudster for directing people to see a good trader. So if you guys are here for the first time, really appreciate y'all. Like, I'm as transparent as I can be. I'll show you my trades. There's no question about what I'm doing. No obscurity, no whatever. So that's what we do here. We're a very honest community, a very big community, one of the biggest futures trading communities, if not the biggest paid futures trading platform on the planet, with community, Discord, doing charity to make you look bad. I doubled his bet and then he backed down and ran off. I think at the end of the day, these people are used to people not having the money to say, sure. I doubled it. I was like, I'll give you double. But instead he'll give us more. I wasn't like I call it framing the box. A guru is going to frame a box around what they want you to see. I'll show you my 2024 statement. I'm like, no. My challenge was, let me see. I don't believe you made $100 million. I believe that's a lie. I believe 100% that's a lie. I don't think you netted that at all. I think you're 100% lying. I will go to court to defend that. I think that's a fraudulent claim. It's my best opinion. I think he's lying. I've never seen evidence to prove otherwise. And if I did, I would celebrate and change my tone. Under best evidence, I believe he's lying. Under the particular evidence of every podcast I've seen, that number's been different in a short period of time. The podcast in March said it was 60 million. The podcast, or his own video last month, said it was 100 million. And then on Twitter, he said it was 42 million. He's throwing random numbers around. I have reason to have disbelief. I'm a mathematician. I'm a math prodigy. These numbers don't add up. A fucking 5-year-old can see these numbers don't add up. So I have a right to question, and so do you. And I stand up so that you guys know you have a right to question too. As somebody who has been in this business for a long time, here's what the gurus do. They get sued for it. They bully you into giving them money. And when you question them, they embarrass you. They try to humiliate you. They try to call you names to shut you up, to try to make you feel stupid for questioning them so that you undeniably feel dumb, and they make them feel superior to you. So you give them your money on the pretense of, trust me, I'm real. And this person says I'm real, and that person says I'm real. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And when you speak as a critic, they throw a fit. They cry like a fucking baby because they want to discredit you and remove your ability to question their authenticity, because that's part of their ruse. That's part of their scam. That's what leprechauns fucking do. Scam you out of whatever, bait you with a pot of gold, and then fucking take your kidney. Okay. And yeah, so the idea was you have a right to question, and I stand up because these guys can't fucking outmoney me. Literally. And somebody says, are you afraid to get sued? I said, I hope I get sued, because I'll subpoena his records to defend myself, and then we'll all have it, and it'll all be public. I said, that'd be perfect. So yeah, he's a fraud. So I hope we go to court over it. And then at that point, I will make sure the records go public. You can guarantee that. Anyways, I don't play. I got the money to do it. Let's hope it goes there. Earn Zimbabwe dollars. The goal I'm saying is that a lot of you guys get duped, and the people say like, you know, hey, no, they're like, no, you're dumb. God, this guy says I'm great. This guy, and then when you try to question, they'll ban you, they'll block you, they'll embarrass you, they'll make fun of you. Guy made fun of my last name. This is the kind of tactics they use on their customers to bully you into paying them. This is what they all do. All the frauds out there do it. They don't want to show you simple evidence. I'm a scientist. In my world, peer review is everything. Einstein didn't go equals MC squared. Trust me, bro. He proved it. He showed the mathematical proof. As a mathematician, I require that from somebody trying to convince me of something. What's the proof? No, man, just trust me. It's there. Fucking Wall Street is like the only place where idiocy is taken over. The scientific community would look at the standards of Wall Street and laugh at how stupid all of you guys are for allowing that to be the standard. The scientific community would completely rebuke somebody that said, trust me, this is the answer. Well, what's the proof? I don't got to show you. What? That sounds stupid. Like, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. You never get on an airplane because you wouldn't trust the engineering standards behind it. So he says, yeah, trust me, bro, it'll fly. Can I see your design? I don't know, man. So in the engineering and scientific community, it's completely standard to ask for proof. And you know, that's really required. You want to prove something to somebody, it's required. But in my sense is that reason I stand up to people is not because I'm rage baiting. It's not because I'm trying to get views. It's really because I am a sheriff. I'm the new sheriff in town. I am setting an example that you guys can follow, because a lot of you guys might be scared to question these people. Oh, I shouldn't say anything. This guy's a wizard. This guy's a great. Oh, so everyone says I can't stand up to him. No, you stand up to everybody. I don't care if it's fucking Warren Buffett. I don't care whoever. You stand up to everybody like they're a fraud unless they prove you something. Everyone in this world's got something to sell. Nobody is immune to skepticism. Not even me. Question everything. I do. Question everything everyone does. Even question me. I shouldn't be immune to your scrutiny. You question me, I'm not going to sit here and try to make fun of you and call you names and act like a baby. I would gladly show you what you'd like to see. I stand up as an example for you guys to say, holy crap, Matt's running up the hill with the flag. Me too. And then you follow me and you do the same. Like in the movie Braveheart. Or no, not in the movie, like in the movie Glory. You remember Glory? The movie about the Civil War? It's a fire movie. Matthew Broderick grabs the flag, carries it up the hill, gets shot, dies, but everyone else picks up the charge after that. You know what I mean? So, and The Patriot too, right? Wait, you just watched Glory or The Patriot? Which one? Glory was good. So anyways, the idea is always be a skeptic, but the idea is that don't believe that you're in the wrong, that these people will convince you you're in the wrong for questioning them. That's exactly what yesterday's display is. I'm in the wrong for asking questions. How embarrassing for a professional in any sense of the word to behave in such a way. Is the most immature thing I've ever seen in my life. Coming from a professional, that's highly unprofessional. And obviously it raises skepticism in the public even further. I had hundreds of people come forward. Most of them told me, yeah, you know, I was thinking his class was great. And then I realized I got scammed. It's not great. It's actually crap. And I was just thinking it was great because other people said he was great. And I was like, people don't think for themselves and they don't realize that it's appropriate to take a stand and question everything. And I do it as an example because people will say, you know, everyone in Wall Street is like fence with like circle jerk, quiet, don't rock the boat with each other. They all know they're all bad and nobody says anything about it. But I let people know it's okay. I've got no fear of doing it. Nothing bad will happen to you if you stand up to these people. What are they going to do? Say something to me on social media? Fuck that. What are they going to do to me? Nothing. I'm untouchable. What are they going to do? What are they going to do to you? So don't let people scare you into buying something. That's my lesson today. I love giving lessons like this. I stand up and I do it so that you guys can say, well, that guy Matt's doing it. Okay, yeah, me too. Me too. Me too movement. Yeah, I want to see it too. Yeah, I've been buying your story for a while. Why don't you show me? And other people pick up that charge and ask for it. And that's what I think the standard should be. It's been like, you know, 10 years ago when I started streaming, if you were caught paper trading, there would be a freaking witch hunt. You'd be crucified. These days, it's like the standard that people are kind of okay with it. And I don't know what's happened, so maybe COVID is what caused it. But back in the day, people used to like go crazy on social media when somebody was caught paper trading. They post a screenshot and there's some identifier that it's paper, and people will just like literally crucify somebody and destroy their brand overnight. And a lot of them would get sued in public, sued in court and stuff. That Joseph James School of Trade guy, whatever, that fucker got sued for paper trading futures and pretending it was real and claiming he made $1 million. There used to be not a lot of people, and the regs used to make examples out of liars. Boss Cameron Warrior Trading got sued. Jeff Bishop, Jason Bond got sued. All these furious would get sued. Now there's 1 billion of them, and it's become commonplace that they're all fake and that nobody does anything about it. And so in this world, you're the sheriff. I got to teach you that you're the sheriff. And yes, question everything. When people start name calling when you question them, you have your answer. A confident alpha male would not cry like a little girl when you ask them for proof. That is beta, if there ever was one. That's insecurity to the max. That is defensive posturing of a person that knows they have no substance to stand on. Name calling is the battle cry of the defeated. I was a master debater all my life when I was in debate. I'm the best master debater in I master debate 5 times a day. And there we go again. I got to finish up every lesson I teach with a dick joke. It's true. I used to love using that line. You know, in debate, you know, that's what my debate teacher told me. He's like, name calling is the battle cry of the defeated. The minute you start calling names, you've lost your bet. You've lost your debate. You will be essentially, your weakness is shown. So those are rookie numbers, master and everything, master, pause, debater. If you want to count to start. So I tell you guys, when people are trying to sell you something and they're bullying you into like being quiet, or you're asking questions, they block you, they're mean to you. Trust me when I say that is a sign of somebody that has something to hide. Nobody would get that defensive. Even if you debate like with me and I disagree with you, and even if it gets heated, I would never result to like childish behavior because I lost. I'm not insecure. I'm a very secure person because I know I do well, and nobody's gonna take that from me. I laugh when people say anything to each other because debates are typically solved in the trading world by just showing your evidence of your trades. And there's so many people that will do everything they can not to show you. They'll rely on all kind of techniques and tricks. Yeah, but this validation, look, these people said this about me, and this guy says I'm good, and that guy says I'm good. What, you think I'm, and everyone's like, yeah, this guy says he's good, like whatever. And then you see these kind of behaviors. Social validation does not mean trading talent. I mean, you have to be, I mean, listen, Donald Trump got elected so we can call people retarded again. That's fucking retarded. And I hate to say that word, but it is. And in the context of what it is, not making fun of people that have, you know, like genetic deficiencies, it's making fun of fucking idiots mentally. So, you know, I think it's just so stupid that social validation is equal to talent in trading. This is not Instagram. Influencer doesn't mean you're good. So the masturbating joke never gets old. Yeah. All right. So today, I think my next trade is going to get hit in a second. So this will be kind of nice. I do got to go to my funded TV in a couple minutes, actually 20 minutes. And get right down to bear zone top would be nice. Bulls on bottom S&P. I could maybe try S&P. Split up my risk a little bit. All right, guys, what do you think? How's it looking? Does it look like a day that's gonna shit the bed? It's kind of feeling heavy. And this sort of low consolidation is pretty bad. Do I want to wait for a full flush to bear zone top, or do I want to go bulls on bottom? What do y'all think? I still got my runner. My runner's down 1,800 bucks. The one I bought on, which is totally fine. That account has, you know, plenty of fat on it. So that's the one I'm holding on to, that runner to add right here. So Nasdaq and S&P has a spot right here at 32. Should I wait for the full flush? Or maybe just take one stab here at the undershoot at 34? Let me do a couple of things here. Just a couple in S&P. Let me do a couple of accounts with S&P. Oh wait, that's let me grab it here. Just a couple. Yeah, so you guys, like I said, and I want it to be known out there that it is okay. Like, it is absolutely socially acceptable, and you are not in the wrong by questioning people's authenticity. You should. I don't care how many books are written about somebody. Like fucking Hitler wrote a book, okay? So did the Unabomber. I don't care if you're in a fucking book. Booksellers are selling you something too. I don't give a shit how legendary somebody says it is written in a book. I could write a book tomorrow if I wanted to and call anybody I want a wizard. Who wants to be a wizard tomorrow? I'm writing a book series called Market Magicians, and in 10 years, everything I say will be canon like it's the Bible, because I just wrote a book. Yeah, no, I'm going to vet people because I'm going to only find the best of the best people to write about because, you know, no, I need unlimited content. I'll talk about anything I want. Like, how would you trust me as an authority if I'm trying to sell you something too? Buy my book. I'm such a wizard, I whiz like 3 times a day. Dick jokes never get old. All right. I'll make some S&P contracts at bulls on bottom. Looks a little tasty. Let me double check that nothing's really shitting the bed though. You see VIX is okay still. We're still somewhat okay there, which is good. Apple's good. Yeah. All right, let's do that. Amazon. And then show me that P&L, whip it out. Oh yeah, you know it. But yes, I'm going to lead the charge holding the flag, and you guys realize, hey, you know, this guy Matt, the streamer I watch, he's not afraid to question people, and neither am I. And that's what I hope to inspire. As a real teacher, as somebody that's here to help, That is how I'm going to help you. Question everything, including me. And that's where my authenticity comes from. Question me. How many people will tell you that? You know what I mean? Even question me. And that's important. I could be scamming you, right? Like, I shouldn't be immune to skepticism either. I shouldn't be a trust me bro either. I think that it's important to say, you know, and I do the most transparent thing, which is just let you watch what I'm doing, explain why I'm doing, what I'm doing, see the results. You know, I mean, it's live. You can make your own judgment call. I'm not quickly photoshopping things. Wish I could. So you say, am I verified? So in the prop world, I've got a live account with ETF, which means I've made so much money, they've moved me to live. There's a process. You can go read about how much I've made. And they verified that's real. I'm live with my funded futures. Again, made so much, went to live. Again, that's verified, that's real. Tradeify, and all these CEOs and people have stepped up and said, yep, that's real. There's all kind of pictures and stuff of this. But the evidence, right? The actual trades themselves speak for the authenticity. So CEOs of these companies have said, yep, his trades are real. And you see them on stream and it all matches up and the payouts match the profits. And I can give you a million ways to show you how real it is. You're a beginner. Which device should I start to go with into trading? iPhone, tab, iPad, PC, or laptop? I personally am very much leaning towards laptop. I know it's the most expensive of those things, or computer, because I believe that you need as much kind of space and less fiddling around. Having your phone separate from your trading machine is very crucial, because the last thing you want to be doing is like playing on your phone. Oh shit, I'm going to trade, and you're fumbling through your phone. So separate, like most number of people like play on their phone. If you can, separate your phone from your first trading device. And so a tablet or a computer is something I like personally. A computer, because I got a wider screen, mouse and keyboard. I can have the internet up over here to do my research. I can have my trades in front of me on my face, in front of my face here. That makes sense. I guess that makes sense to you guys. Guys, now we get to play the same game we played earlier with NASDAQ, but with S&P today. The same game. And obviously, like, I'm just keeping it small still. Not really putting too much risk on the table. I'm grabbing it long in 4 accounts right now. So I hit the 0. So I got the 0, this guy, and then this one on screen here. Actually, why 4? Why don't I do one more? I'll make this one bigger too. Okay, let's make this one. Why the hell not? Let's play it in 5 accounts, because it is a. Okay, I'll be right back. I had to take a bathroom break. All right. Full flush will come at S&P 6722. Nasdaq has the same support area. So this is a good long setup. This is a good long setup. They're both A+. High probability of holding. This is the same trade as earlier on Nasdaq. So I've got this one. I've got this one. A+ liquidity pockets are always really strong. This one also doubles down by having monthly hedge pressure nearby, or the dynamic hedge pressure nearby. The real deal futures trading guru. Change the name of the stream to something. Let's go. go. Looky there. Whip it out. Oh, shit. Let me take some profit on this little Nasdaq trade here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Nice little scalpy scalp there on the Nasdaq. All right. All right, let's get those bad boys back up. And they're all green. Congrats, guys. Been a successful trading day today. I still have this one account that's a runner here, and then the other account, the big fat one, the one I'm going for the 100K payout, is now one of these up here. I don't know. There you go. That's it. Good day. Fun times. All right, guys. I got to do my funded TV in a little bit. Yeah, perfect move. Do textbook. Textbook. That was great. I don't know how much this is, but I don't know. It looks like maybe 10K. I'm just guessing. Like, I don't know. Something like that for 48, 55, 60, 66, 72, 75, and 9, 84, 9,000 bucks. 9,000 bucks. I got two runners on the table. This one contract S&P right here, and big fat boy Nasdaq still hanging on to that one. We'll see how that one plays out. Ooh, 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 ooh. How'd I come up with these levels? These are gamma exposure levels and hedging loops, market maker hedging loops. Like I said, I came up with one of the most sophisticated methods for identifying market maker areas of interest, where dealers are hedging their positions. Each one of these levels are predictable high volume based on options, believe it or not, in converted futures. How crazy accurate the bull zone support was at 67.32. That's why my channel is going viral. We actually have created something that is making a huge splash, and undeniable accuracy is what I'm aiming for. Predictable volume. Can't predict the stock market direction. We can predict where volume will be. That's kind of our, method here to try to find ways to predict volume pivots. And the algorithm labels support and resistance based on confluence of the underlying. And as you see, bull zone support and bought the dip. Whether I'm right or wrong, doesn't matter. At least I'm wrong from the right place. That's all that matters. Made you get into gamma exposure. Oh yeah. So the difference between like what we do and what other gamma exposure sort of avenues have gone, like one of the pioneers of the field, the gamma exposure models that we use isolate some portion of the options feed to find only where we believe market maker interest is. And we have a way of determining that very cleverly with math. And we don't just look at all the options. We throw most of it out, actually. We believe only the structure of the market is important, where dealers are trying to take that middle ground. And we believe that dealers are the people that will hedge their position to neutral. Therefore, at these exposure levels, the dealers are the ones providing that volume there to neutralize, risk that they're taking. And that's why you get predictable high volume if you can isolate dealers. Most gamma exposure uses all options, and therefore it's a noisy mess. Ours isolate it to key areas. All right, guys, I love y'all. I got to run. I'm going to be on My Funded TV hosting my own segment called Lunch Money with Matt. It'll start in about 5 minutes. I'm going to post a link here. You guys follow me there. It's a whole different segment. They give away a ton of accounts there and stuff. And then we'll come back here for the afternoon stream today and continue up. But yeah, it's about a $9,000 day, which is good. You guys got to watch it all live. And I hope that trend picks up and more traders start to show their stuff live. I'm a big proponent of that. But then again, I don't think there's that many talented people out there. That's why I don't like to show you. See you later.